Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of Reforge Gaming, and we're talking about Unreal 5 new footage that was revealed. We'll be looking at it. There's other footage we want to take a look at as well. There was Spider-Man footage, Superman footage. There's new forest footage. Say that 5 times fast. There's new forest footage in the Unreal 5 engine. We're going to take a look at it. We're also going to talk about what this is doing to the industry. A big game was recently delayed. We're going to be talking about that and discussing that. Make sure and hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss these live streams. Always check your subscription feed and my channel if I'm not showing up in your recommended. I'm going to have the footage running right there next to me as I do the show open with all the info you might be looking for. This is a Reforge update. Unreal 5 engine new footage has been revealed, and it's almost too good to be true. It looks real is almost an understatement. We're going to be analyzing the footage in this real quick update as well as discussing it over on Reforge Gaming. If you like live streams, check out that other channel. So these updates, we try to give you a quick update on what is happening. In this video, I'm going to try and give you as much information as I can about all the games that have switched to Unreal 5, how it's impacting the industry, and a big game that was recently delayed. Hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss these uploads. So this new footage emerged on Twitter. I'm actually looping the YouTube video. It has since hit YouTube. It's not been confirmed to be real, but it certainly looks like it. There's even credits at the end. Many people tweeting about this and talking about how it seems almost fake. Until they start messing with the lighting settings, it seems like somebody just got out their cell phone in a subway and just started taking footage. It doesn't actually seem like it's going to be in a video game, and then immediately lighting changes. It's nighttime. They're getting out a flashlight and various things. So this, in conjunction with the Spider-Man footage, if you've seen that, there was Unreal 5 Spider-Man footage, there was Unreal 5 Superman footage, is really showing what this engine can do. Fortnite recently switched from Unreal 4 to 5, making it sort of an industry standard, and it's pushing plenty of other games in this direction. Gears of War announced that its next Gears would be in Unreal 5. Hellblade 2 likely waited a year to start production because of switching to Unreal Engine 5. Seemed odd to me that they would announce their game and then a year later Hellblade basically said, we haven't even started production. I think Unreal 5 played a role. The new game Avowed, which we know almost nothing about, is rumored to be using Unreal 5. The next Witcher, Cyberpunk said, listen, we are needing to switch from our current engine to Unreal 5, and they sort of defended their use of the engine in Cyberpunk while also saying they wanted to adapt to the latest and greatest technology. The next Mafia game is rumored to be in Unreal 5, and the day before, that's the name of the game, the day before was actually scheduled to land in June of 2022. They had an official launch date. They had a trailer with this really cool countdown. It was going to land in June of 2022, which is a month away from when I'm recording this video. It is now slated for March 1st, 2023, and they are changing their game to Unreal 5. There must be something about this engine, not just in its versatility and its abilities and its agility. There must be something actually about porting your game over to it that is at least at some level seamless or maybe easy to do. I know it's probably not easy. That's not the right word to use. But at some level, this engine is changing the industry right now, and I think permanently long-term will be changing the industry and what games can do. We're going to be looking at all the different footage on Reforge Gaming because there's almost too much to jam into a 4-minute video. But to recap, so many games are switching to Unreal Engine 5 to their delays. They're actually willing to push their games back a significant amount or completely retrain their entire staff. It's one thing to go from Unreal 4 to 5. It's another thing to completely switch all assets, all build tools, all world building tools, everything over to Unreal 5. This engine must be doing something pretty significant to get this much attention. Even games like Hellblade 2 seemingly waited an entire year after announcing to even start production, and now a long-awaited sort of most wish-listed game on Steam called The Day Before also was then delayed. It was supposed to come out in June of 2022 and is now coming out in March of 2023. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, head over to Reforge Gaming if you want to watch me live, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'll see the rest of you right now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We've kind of updated the studio here, and where each of our shows is going to have its own feel, its own vibe, its own lighting, its own displays. So thanks for watching. Today on Reforge Gaming, we've got this talk right now about the Unreal 5 engine and the new footage coming out. We also will be discussing Halo Infinite and how 343 has ruined speedrunning and just continues to frustrate the community. So that's the second show. Don't forget, Reforge Radio this afternoon is now a completely gaming show. We've moved it away from the political topics. It is 100% gaming, and you get a ton of gaming news in that show. It's not topic-driven. It combs over anything we may have missed here on Reforge Gaming. What hardware is it running on? Yeah, that's the real question. Is it not? Does it say at the end? Okay, here we go. The specs are an RTX 2080 Ryzen 7 3700. So that's a good system, but that's not an insane system. Keep in mind, it's also probably a very closed space. If you had an entire city running at this level of fidelity, it would be pretty tough to maintain good frames per second, especially on a 2080. Right here we have a comment, a frequently asked questions about the new footage. No, is it real time? Said no, it's a high-res render around 7 frames per second. I can run it in real time, 30 to 50 FPS, 1440 for daytime, but image quality is worse. It's not particularly optimized anyway. You could get better performance with a little more work. It's an RTX 2080 Ryzen 7 3700X. Breakdown. I'm working on it, but it'll probably be a post in my art station. How long did it take? About a month. How did you record the camera? I used a VR controller for motion tracking. Check out this channel with lots of good virtual camera tutorials. So clearly the guy, whoever did this, knows what they're doing and is giving people the goods. They're giving them the info, and thank you, Murph Dog, for that information. That's actually very, very helpful. It's a render. Yeah, if it was in real time, I mean, that's what was so mind-boggling about it. It literally looked like somebody just got out their cell phone camera and was like looking around a bus station or a train station. Yo, what's good, feed? Everybody over on TikTok, thanks for being there. Native Red says they're going to make Days Gone 2 for PS4. I don't know about Days Gone. It's called The Day Before. Did I misspeak in the open and say Days Gone? Please tell me I didn't frickin' do that. That'll make that video confusing as frick. Please tell me I did not do that. Thank you for complimenting the Silver Surfer. Oh, wait. We don't have Numlock on. I was like, what is happening? Thank you for commenting on the Silver Surfer shirt. Let me update the command if anybody wants to check out the collection that this comes from. My Silver Surfer shirt comes from a Marvel collection, and that is over on 80s Tees. You can get 30% off over there. Dem Rivers giving us our first new member of the day on gaming. We are so close to unlocking an emote. I said the day before, okay, I was like, man, that's going to be really, really bad if I did that. Nightbot's dashboard is being terrible right now. I can't pull anything up. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to pull up all my commands for Nightbot, and it's just hanging there. Nightbot must be having some problems. Dem River says, I moved my membership over here since this is where I spend most of my time lurking. The displays look great. Thank you. That's a great start. Yes, I can tell you how many we need. To get to the emote unlock. We're trying to hit 500 members, and then 600 is the goal for my wife playing Elden Ring. Let me just pull up memberships here. I think we were very close yesterday. Yes, we are 7 members away from unlocking an emote. So thank you so much, everybody who has been supporting the stream. Yeah, the Nightbot dashboard is like just, oh, there it goes. I got it to refresh. I will update the shirt command so anybody that likes this shirt can, this is from the Marvel collection. The Marvel Comics collection. It is a Silver Surfer shirt. I'm going to take my hoodie off. It's actually getting kind of warm down here in the office. Silver Surfer shirt, and we'll do that. There we go. You can use the shirt command. Anybody can go to 80stees.com. Make sure and use code LONO if you Make sure you use code Lono if you really, really want to save that big 30% over there. Don't use their email or anything like that. They'll ask you for your email and stuff. Audio was cutting in and out. I had to restart the video. Yeah, we're losing viewers, so great. Thank you, YouTube, for not being able to do the bare minimum as we're literally 10 minutes into the stream. Are you going to cover Gotham Knights trailer? We will cover the new update about Gotham Knights on Reforge Radio this afternoon, because we did talk about how they apparently were going to let 4-player co-op. There's a new update about that. Video changed and my sound went funny. Refresh corrected the issue. Yeah, I mean, I can tell. We were on our way to getting good viewership, and we've just lost about 30 people. That's super terrible. I want to front load that ASAP because I knew tons of people were going to ask. I appreciate that, Murph. Very Green Day, are you now on Xbox? Oh, yeah. No, we're just switching the branding to be consistent for each of the shows. Gotham Knights gameplay 20 minutes ago. Okay, well, we'll use that on Reforge Radio. Reforge Radio allows us to cover breaking news, stories, trailers, etc. That's our show late afternoon, and that's why we're doing that. It gives us that opportunity. Good morning, Khaled. Guys, make sure and do all the things. Make sure you're on live chat. Make sure you have smashed the like button. We're going to have to try to bounce back from whatever YouTube is doing. We can't keep viewers right now. Everybody, we're constantly losing viewers. There's apparently something happening with video and audio. People have to remember that UE5 is a creation engine and only as good as the developer using it. I've been waiting for this to happen. Games are so much better in the Unreal Engine, says Rhett Mitchell. Look at the Matrix game on the PS5. Zubair says, he lies. The Sony check was late and he jumped ship to Team Xbox. He now reports directly to Mo. D-Tom says, yeah, I had to restart the stream. Creation Engine is from Bethesda. I don't think he's saying it is a creation engine. He's saying it's an engine that they have to create stuff in. I don't think he's calling it the creation engine. I had to reboot the mobile app. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing on my end. I don't have any issues on my end. Everything on my end is totally fine. So if you're just tuning in, we'll be taking a look at some of the footage. If you guys want to see, this is the footage. I'm a little bit big from whenever we were over on radio. This is the footage that was released on Twitter and then subsequently on YouTube. Yo, Meech coming in, renewing for their 9th month of membership. Thank you so much, Meech. Yeah, 9 months, man. That's how long you've been a member. Welcome back in. The Coalition helped with the Matrix demo. Oh, they did? Huh. No issues for me. Yeah, YouTube had some kind of a sputter, and it seems to have resolved itself. So hopefully no more sputters, because it really drives people away. Now let me give you again the stats on this, because people are going to be asking, what on earth is this? This has been confirmed to be Unreal Engine 5, okay? It is not real time. It is a high-res render. The guy said he can run at 30 to 50 FPS 1440 for daytime, but the image quality is worse. He says it's not particularly optimized. Now, he goes on to say the specs are RTX 2080, a Ryzen 7 3700, and the breakdown, he's working on it, and it took him a month to build it, and he used a virtual camera controller to sort of move around in the world. That's why it looks sort of like free cam, like he's holding like a cell phone camera or something. Paul was saying this looks like VR, and I have to agree. It looks like a VR through that of a subway. It probably looks like VR because he used a VR camera to record it. And again, it's fully rendered, so it's not, this isn't real time. This isn't like, until he would fully optimize it, it's not like exactly what it would look like if you just were like walking around. Yo, good morning, Roger. Thanks for being here. There's something that would really set your studio off, Lono. Ah, yes. Frick, Miss Rose. And Zubair can sort you out on radio. That's right. That's right. If you guys haven't ordered coffee this morning, if we get one order, I'll quickly print it, because we had an odd number yesterday, and I'll add you, just my OCD. I'll add you to the print that we've got half of a label. We've got half of a label that I would make sure you get your print. I watch a show via my phone and Xbox. I've had a problem joining via my phone. I click join, and then I get a loading circle, and then I get perpetually stuck. Is there another route to join? If you're trying to join as a member, Anboo, you'd have to try to do it on a computer. Or if you're doing it on your phone, I don't know. The join link in the chat, maybe? The join link in chat. We do need just 7 more members to unlock an emotes. That'd be amazing if we did that this morning. If you've never joined a channel on YouTube, it's $5 a month, and you get a badge next to your name. You get emotes you can use in chat. You get access to my extra stream Thursday afternoon. Members can ask me pretty much anything about gaming. And then Friday nights with my wife. But this Friday night's community game night, if you're a fan of Halo, you're going to want to be here for that. Halo Infinite custom games is always a blast. That's a subway station here in Korea, fake. Well, how did he change it to nighttime instantly? Is this guy a god? The lighting in the clip displayed is really, really good. Yeah, that was the first thing. At first, I thought it was fake, because there's all these people on Twitter now that are putting up fake videos, just like them in a parking lot, being like, yo, the Unreal Engine's crazy, right? Well, that's what this looked like at first. Like, that's not Unreal Engine. That's just some guy at the train station. You know what I mean? It's just some guy at the train station. But then he changes the lights. He's clearly a Korean god. This is, I think, more evidence of the supernatural, to be quite honest. I didn't mean to do this today, but I think we need to change the subject, guys. I actually don't think this is unreal. I think there's an actual god among us. I think... Yes, this is Unreal 5, Raijin. The specs he's running is a 2080... let's see here. What do you say? An RTX 2080, a Ryzen 7 3700X, and it is fully rendered, so this is not real time. He says the image quality goes down. He gets about 30 to 50 FPS, 1440, if he tries to just run it real time. I think Derek may be onto something. Yeah. Well, I'm not kidding you. When I first looked at this, I was like, that's just some guy using his cell phone. He's tricking everybody. And then he does this coming up right here. This is when I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is real. It's coming up in just a second. Everybody watch the screen. Everybody get ready. He says, I am God among men. It is now nighttime. And all of a sudden it clicks over. I was trying to time that with the video, and I completely and utterly failed. Oh, he dropped his phone. You can tell that he used you can tell that he used a VR camera controller. He dropped it there, it looks like. There's a developer on YouTube that made Unreal 5 demonstration in the woods. It's amazing. Go watch it. I have that slated for today. We will watch that momentarily. Yeah, this is the one. This is the part. This is what hit Twitter. So he's looking around, and the movement seems like, and then that happens. And you're like, wait a minute. That's not someone's cell phone. It's nighttime, and he gets out a flashlight. So, forget video games. How can we do this for movies? You don't need sets anymore. Yeah, the challenge, I think, with movies would be putting real people in it and having the people look like they're really there. Do you know what I mean? The lights are so good. Yeah, it's crazy. Just the shadow on that handrail is just bonkers. The shadows that it's casting from this individual light source, it's just absolutely bonkers. The reflection on the handrail as he walked past it, as the light got close to it, just insane, man. Just absolutely freaking bonkers. Let me get the woods pulled up. We also have Superman and Spider-Man. That stuff a lot of people have already seen, but I want to show the woods as well. Have you seen Code Miko new avatar versus the old one? No, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, hang on. Let me close this. Let me open this. All right, let's go here. Here we go. Show prep and 5 minutes of forest. Now, this is on a YouTube channel called Pred Caliber, and this is all done. Let me get you the stats here before we get into it. Ambient Caliber is a brand new ambient and atmospheric music channel. System specs recorded. GeForce 3080, 32 gig of DDR4 RAM, and an i7 12700K. So it's a monster. It's a freaking monster. All right, hang on. Let me get this at 4K. Get it at 4K. All right, let me loop it, and then let me get the video controls out of the way. Here we go. All right, so this has also been recorded in a pretty strong system, a stronger processor and stronger video card than the last video that we watched. This is just sort of showing the possibilities of taking you out into, here you go, showcased on Unreal. There you go. There it was. There was the info. There was the info right there on screen. We'll back it up. So Unreal Engine 5, there's the specs. i7-12700K Alder Lake, 32 gig of DDR4, 3200 RAM, and an MSI RTX 3080 Ventus. Put it in the Discord, the new model. This was done in Unreal 5. Oh, that's freaking Uncanny Valley. That stuff creeps me out. That stuff creeps me out. So if you're just tuning in, we're checking out all the latest footage from Unreal 5. There was a video that released on Twitter of like a guy at a subway station, train station. I'll show you that again in a minute. Right now we're watching something by Pred Caliber, which is they built like a forest or something. I'm trying not to just totally only show the video constantly. I don't want somebody to come over here and ding my video. That's how Miko streams. Oh, Miko's a person. Sorry, I don't get into that realm, so I don't know who you're talking about. That is just absolutely no offense to Miko. They're probably a lovely person and create great content for that funnel of people, but that stuff creeps me out. It's the Uncanny Valley. It's just too much. Look at the Matrix game for the PS5, says Rhett Mitchell. Yeah. Did Lono just call the 12900K 127? What do you 12700K? What am I supposed to say? 12,900K? 12900? How do you say that? Do people say the 12,900K or the 12900? It's 12,900K. The 12,900K. Who gives a frick? 12,700K. It's the 129er. That's the official name. The 129er. Do you have a 129er video card? I have a 129er. The 129er is the best. Code Miko is cool because she does her whole shtick live. Yeah, the VTuber thing is becoming insane. It's becoming super popular. It already has. It just continues to grow. The individual movement of the grass blades here is frickin' bonkers. Look at that. That's nuts. This is actually nuts right here. Look at the individual lighting. I'm going to pause it. Look at the individual lighting for the ridges on the rocks. So little teeny tiny ledges and edges are having shadows on them. The light source shadow work is insane to me. Like, that's not a texture. That's literally the rock itself having individual ridges and shadows. That's how are they? This engine, I'm telling you, you want to know what my biggest concern is? My biggest concern for all of this is they're going to go too crazy. They're going to go too crazy, and then we're going to end up with games that can't hit 60 FPS. That's my biggest concern right now. Black Myth Wukong. What is that? How new is that footage? Well, let's watch some Black Myth Wukong. That's some Unreal stuff, isn't it? When did that video release? That video released 2 days ago. Yes. Let's watch some Black Myth Wukong. Oh my gosh, this game is going to be so good. I'm going to rage so much. Can't wait. Cannot wait. If you haven't been paying attention to Black Myth Wukong, oh man, you're missing out. You're missing out. Let's check this out. Let's check this out, chat. I'm going to go over here. So Black Myth Wukong is a Souls-like game coming out. I don't know when. While we're watching this footage, guys, consider ordering some coffee. Consider becoming a member. We need 7 new members to unlock an emote. We're really, really close. So those are all the great ways to support the channel monetarily. Smash the like button and the sub button for free, by the way. I do a show like this. I do multiple shows a day throughout the week. These are totally free shows, but members get an extra show on Thursdays and Friday nights. What the huh? This guy's jamming out. Play Freebird, man. The Unreal Engine demo for Matrix was unplayable in my opinion, says Dylan. Wait, was that Thanos? Was that Thanos? No. Yo, Anbu figured it out. Figured it out. We only need 6 more members now to unlock an emote. Thank you so much, Anbu. Enjoy the dope badge and emotes. You're dope and deserve dope stuff. Enjoy access to Thursday afternoon streams as well as Friday night. The Unreal Engine demo was Matrix was unplayable, says Dylan. The lag and the frame rate was terrible. The graphical fidelity means nothing to me if the game can't perform well. Yeah, so apparently the Matrix game was everything in the kitchen sink. Let me just, I don't want to play this entire video. I'm going to wait and go back to it once we get some action. Because I don't want to give these channels an opportunity to be like, hey, you use our stuff. Hey, this statue's moving. Hey, I found you. Wait, is this us? Yo, we're a statue come to life or something. This game is going to be sick. I think you were on auto for that YouTube video. No, I switched it to 4K. I switched everything to 4K before I go in. The Aquan sequence seemed fine in the demo, says Eugene. So Black Myth Wukong seems to have... Oh my gosh, this game's going to be... I can't wait to play this dadgum game. My concern about this game is it isn't going to be long enough. That's always a concern for games like this. These little studios, man. Now, other news in the realm of Unreal Engine 5 is that the day before has been delayed to March 1st of next year. It was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out next month in June 21st. Are you going to fight the monkey? No, that was cool. Okay, here we go. Horror games in Unreal Engine 5 are going to be insanely good. Does anybody else think that the motion blurring around the staff, I don't know if I like that. I hope you can turn that off. I find that to be unnecessary. Like in the middle of combat, I need to be able to see clearly what's going on. And that trail blur that they do, I'm actually not a fan of it. Maybe when you're playing, you don't see it. This might be one of those things that as a spectator, I notice a disproportionate amount of it. Like people that noticed Aloy's hair. Look at him running through the snow. Golly. The snow displacement makes me think Polish is pretty insane. Oh, yeah. You are a monkey? Yeah, you're like a monkey man. Graphical fidelity means nothing to me without performance. If you have to tank the performance every time to make the game look good, then just give me a bunch of games in Borderlands style. Oh, that monkey's actually quite a bit bigger than you. Ooh, he puked on you. Gross. Okay, so over on the left, we can see that we've got 3 bars. The white bar, clearly health. Yellow bar is agility. And then the blue bar, we're going... not agility, I'm sorry, stamina. The blue bar is obviously going to be mana of some type. Just used a little bit right there. So he used his bottom ability. There's 4 abilities over there. Used the bottom ability, and it consumed blue. I want to go back and see what the bottom ability was. Okay, so he does this. He uses it once they turn around. He uses some kind of a blue ability. Yeah, it's like some kind of a trap. Yeah, it's some kind of a slow-mo dodge circle. It's actually, I don't think it did anything to the enemy, but it used some of the blue. Not a lot of the blue, but it used some of the blue, and his ability is now grayed out on the bottom. He's about half health. Oh, the enemy has a health bar at the bottom. Just saw that. I like the very, very not super crazy UI. Oh, he did it again. He did it again. So that ability is some kind of a slow. Okay, so there he did his left ability, a fire circle of some sort that's pushing the monkey back, and it gave him an opportunity to heal. So the monkey was scared of the fire and legitimately like, oh, he left behind like a shadow. That circle leaves behind like a shadow, almost like a temporary decoy. Gosh, we should have done a whole stream just on this dadgum footage. Black Myth Wukong new gameplay is what we should have done. Because this game, I didn't realize they just released this footage, or I would have done a whole stream on this. I'm really looking forward to this game. I wonder if you can get different weapons as well. Man, the iframes on that move is super generous. Super, super generous. Oh, this is old footage? Okay. So somebody just reposted it. Harry says, people forgetting the advances of UE5 are bringing to optimization and resource management, especially in the open world games. They can take improved graphics performance inherent and make them inherently better. Right. What we know about this is the new footage that made everybody go crazy yesterday from the bus station. The concern that people have, Harry, is that the more you can do, the more you're going to do, right? You're going to just keep pushing it. Which means they might say, hey, as long as we're hitting 30 to 40 FPS, that's acceptable, right? This guy presented a short video with codec avatars, the latest version of VR using advanced machine learning techniques. Okay. Do you know what I mean, Harry? Like, that would be the concerning. Subbing till Lono realizes he's the ETV of gaming. I don't know what that is. Is Unreal about to host a presentation? This is not new footage. Sorry, this is new footage. This footage here. We were just showing the Black Myth Wukong stuff because I hadn't seen it yet. What's the game called? I was in the other room. I missed it. It's called Black Myth Wukong. If you're a fan of From Software games, you want to check out Black Myth Wukong. You want to check out Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. And you want to check out Lies of P. Lies, like to tell lies. Lies of P. We will be playing those games on this channel, obviously. But you want to check out the trailers and the gameplay and stuff, feel free to do that. This just comes back to the conversation we had a month ago about individual priorities of certain developers. I'm sure some will try to push it too far. I'm sure some won't. That is always going to be what I go to, Harry. That's kind of like my commitment in the discussion is, listen, you want to push your game to the breaking point? You want to go crazy? Yo, Tenor Dude jumping back in for their 9th month of membership. Thank you so much, Tenor Dude. I appreciate that very, very much. If you guys don't have a membership here yet, we are pushing for an emote unlock, and I think we need 6. We're down to 6 now. 6 new members is what we need to unlock that emote. We need 106 if you want my wife to play Elden Ring. Discord, please, sir. Yes, they have been, Creature. 100% confirmed. They're still working though, so it's a server caching issue. I 100% have done that. If you go to those channels and you go to their basic info, Creature, I've 100% done the right thing. Another game that I'm excited for is Lost Souls Aside. I've not heard of that one. Yes, this is Unreal Engine 5. Now, to give you some stats on this is not live. He did this as a render. This is on 2080, you know, not a crazy strong system, but a good system. And he did say that if he does it live, he gets about a 30 to 50 FPS, 1440 res. He says the image quality degrades. He says it's not particularly optimized all that well. So, the footage itself looks super impressive, but it's not like live footage of somebody just like walking around in a game. So if you're just tuning in, we're checking out the brand new Unreal Engine 5 footage that released yesterday. We're talking about it. We're also talking about what Unreal Engine 5 is doing to the industry. The day before, that is the name of the game. It was a highly wishlisted game on Steam. The day before release date, got pushed back. It was supposed to come out next month. It's now coming out March 1st of 2023. They're switching their entire game to Unreal 5. Real talk, this Korean god makes a subway look real on his home PC. He had a photorealistic Thanos 5+ years ago, so why does Doctor Strange look like an older Pixar movie? Oh, don't bring up stuff like that. We're not talking about that. Do not invoke movies and shows into this show. It's not helpful. Kojima would do some crazy stuff with it, says Lewis. We are close to the Uncanny Valley territory. I mean, somebody just showed me a VTuber, her name's Miko, saying that they updated everything. You need a screenshot. You're getting them to do it for us, please? Okay. I will get you screenshots. So if you guys are enjoying the show, we do talk shows like this Monday through Friday. And if you don't ever see me in your recommended feed, always remember to check your your sub feed, like your actual subscriptions feed and my channel. Sometimes I do not show up in your recommend feed. Okay, so here's one for you, creature. That's one, and then let me switch to the other channel and show you the other. Okay, I go to customization, I go to basic info, I click new. Okay. And let's do this. There we go. Okay. If you guys have questions about this footage or what we're covering later, feel free to ask. There is gaming news that we can't cover on this channel, largely because we mainly do topic driven here. We pick one topic and kind of stick to it for a while, and then Reforge Radio is another channel and another show in the afternoons that we're moving away from political stuff. It'll be a gaming channel now, gaming show, and we'll go over there this afternoon and we'll cover all the gaming news we were not able to cover on this channel. So if you're, they updated information about Gotham Knights and there's a new trailer and all that. We'll cover that over there. Our second talk show here on Reforge Gaming will be about Halo Infinite and how they ruin speedrunning. So be sure to stick around for that as well. Outlast 2 looked amazing on Unreal 3. Imagine Unreal 5, says Jason. The only one I posted was to show you how easy it would be to get a person IRL in this scene. Oh, sure. Kojima would build another UPS simulator with it. Zubair, look at the PC specs most commonly found on Steam. Their hardware surveys are pretty eye-opening. Zubair says, I think I watched too many hardware review videos. In my mind, 3080 is decent, 3090 is good. Everything else is garbage and should be thrown out. I don't think that's right. That's definitely not right. I mean, chat, you want to weigh in on this. I don't think you can look at the landscape of hardware and conclude that. 2080 and right underneath the 2080, I bet you the 1070, the 1080 is the most common video card in the market. Or like most people fall in the 1070, 1080 to 2080. I guarantee you most people fall in that bracket. You could edit a live recording and make it look night and day in about 10 seconds, but there are bits in this footage that look computer generated, so it's definitely real. Well, he confirmed that it's real on his YouTube channel. He gave the specs of how he did it. He gave the specs of the system that it ran on. He gave all that info for sure. Yeah. Now, in the realm of Unreal footage, let's check out some other footage that's available. We'll go back to the Black Myth Wukong stuff in a minute. See if we can't get another fight where let's get some more gameplay, and then we'll go back to that in a moment. This is an actual new footage, but he's flying around as a bat, okay? We'll look at that in a second. We looked at some woods, and now let's look at Spider-Man. So this is unofficial, okay? This is unofficial. It's a Spider-Man mod in the Unreal Engine 5. They wanted to show what it would look like. Okay. Here we go. So UE Spider-Man project by Lewis Pfeiffer, modded into the Matrix UE5 demo by Material. So this is the Matrix Awakens city, and they put Spider-Man into it. And obviously, you can see even there running up that like smoothness and fidelity is really tough. I don't know if that's YouTube compression struggling. I also don't know if it's just the engine itself struggling. But you can see the potential. People are just sort of doing this for fun right now. Oh, the 1060 is the most common. Okay, so I thought 1070 would be the most common video card. I was close. So this is just people horsing around and having fun. These aren't genuine projects. That's why you kind of saw him clip through the wall there. So this is not a real game. There's nothing about this that's actually real. But this is in that Matrix Awakens engine. So the Unreal 5 new footage was the guy in the subway. We're going to be also just periodically looking at other footage that's available from the Unreal 5 engine and just showcasing it to you guys and just discussing. As we said a little bit ago, and Harry was giving me some pushback, my biggest concern is that people are going to want to do this. People are going to want to go absolutely bonkers crazy, and you can see performance issues in this video, right? You can see issues with the frames per second. You can see a ton of motion blur. No screen tearing that I can tell, but you can see hitching and stuttering. And that, again, is because it's, number one, it's not optimized. Number two, it's a literal living city. It's huge. It's massive. So many individual moving parts and so many different things. That's ultimately my question. That's my question, ultimately, is are they going to push things so far that all those great benefits that you're supposed to get from running in the Unreal Engine, you're supposed to get all these performance benefits, right? It's supposed to run smoother. It's supposed to have better resource management. Here's one that obviously has me very excited. The Superman one. Now, that mouse on the screen's not me. That must have been whoever recorded the footage. Just giving you another idea of what kind of fun could be had. I believe this is also built in the Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 experience. They threw Superman in here just to kind of show off what's possible. And if you're just tuning in, there is new footage from Unreal 5. We will go back and look at it. It's in like this train station. The guy has confirmed, that it is in fact real, and it is fully rendered. So his was not live. The reason you'll see performance issues in these videos is because these seemingly are recorded live. They're just running around the city that was made available in that Matrix demo. I've always been confused by people who think motion blur is stupid. Turn your head fast and try to look at something. I'm pretty sure it's blurry. I think it looks bad, though. Like, if that didn't happen to you, Diaz, wouldn't you pay for that upgrade? If the eye doctor gave you a pair of glasses and was like, turn your head really fast, and there was minimal blur and image clarity was maintained because of whatever these glasses did for you, right? Would you not buy those glasses? So if I can turn off motion blur in a video game when my head is staying completely still, I'm going to turn that feature off. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to turn my nose up to him like, well, real life has blur. Yeah, real life also has pain and bleeding and death. That doesn't mean I want to experience that in a video game. Oh yeah, sure, I fell down the stairs in a video game, break my ankle with a VR suit. Like, no. I don't need to experience motion blur. I don't want to. Motion blur is almost universally hated. Yeah, it's just a trick. It's just it's just trickery. It's basic. Come on, unplug. I gotta plug this phone in, just in case I get any text throughout the day. I have to use a secondary phone whenever I'm streaming on TikTok because my main phone's on the TikTok. I'd probably just get a new phone and then use the old phone for TikTok. My glasses give me HD in real time. Motion blur is stupid. Our eyes are designed to focus on details and to argue that real life is defense so. Yeah, I'm not convinced at all. Motion blur is there for performance reasons. Yeah, it's just a gloss over. It's just Vaseline on the lens, man. It's an old school trick from the days of black and white movies. They're just glossing over the fact that they're not maintaining good FPS. Like, that's what they're doing. Now, let me give you a list of games that are doing things with Unreal 5 while you guys watch this cool new footage. If you've never been here before, smash that subscribe button so you can talk in my chat. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the footage. We do a talk show like this. I'm usually in this scene Monday through Friday. We do multiple talk shows. Then we head over to Reforge Radio, my other live show, where we cover all gaming news that we didn't cover here, because here we sort of stay on one topic for an extended period of time. Let me list you games that are doing stuff in Unreal 5. Fortnite switched from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5. The next Gears of War will be in UE5. Hellblade 2 likely waited a year to start production because they decided to build in Unreal Engine 5. They announced their game and then a year later hadn't even started production. Avowed is rumored to be using UE5. The next Witcher, they announced they would be switching to the Unreal 5 engine from their current engine. They sort of lightly, defended their Cyberpunk engine decisions, but that was fundamentally one of the reasons that game ran and looked like garbage on the old systems, because it wasn't optimized very well. And so the next Witcher. The next Mafia game is rumored to be on Unreal 5. We've got news about the next Mafia game, but we'll be covering that on Reforge Radio later. And then the day before, this MMO survival kind of zombie game, the day before was one of the most wishlisted games on Steam. They recently delayed their launch. The day before release date got pushed back to March 1st of 2023, and it was going to be next month. It was actually going to be next month. The game that was scheduled for next month. 9 months. Thank you for renewing your membership for your 9th month of membership, Master Ty. Glad you're doing a gaming news rundown again, my one-stop shop for all things gaming. Yeah, if you hang out with me all day here on Reforge, whether it's gaming or radio, if you just spend the day with me, you're not going to miss almost any gaming news that's happening. Roger, if you want me to cover the Monhun news, then throw it in the Discord during the radio show and I'll pull it up. Also, as a member on Reforge Radio, you can do a call-in at the end of the show. You want to draw my attention to something I missed? Go for it. That's a perk for members that we'll do at the end of the show. If you want to do call-ins, give me a hot take or ask me a question, that's slated for the end of the day over there on Reforge Radio. Our second show today on Reforge Gaming will be about Halo Infinite speedrunning and how 343 has ruined it. Yo, good morning, Sean, over on TikTok. Thanks for everybody watching over there on TikTok and smashing the like button. We appreciate it. So the day before just got delayed. It was supposed to land in June. Unreal 5, ultimately what I'm arguing is it's changing the industry. Like, everybody's switching to it. The real question is, will it become the only engine? Wait, is everybody just going to switch to Unreal? Like, is Epic slowly taking over the industry? Like, is that kind of their goal? Is that sort of their mission? You know, that's kind of the question at hand, is it not? Reforge, we're gaming 24/7, that's right. My experience with motion blur is Killzone, Resistance, Crisis. All I wanted to do was pull my 2020 eyeballs out after that. Actual trails, I chalk it up to trips because the vision is pretty good. There's other footage that's recently come out from Unreal 5 as well. So that's the one that got everybody going crazy yesterday. These guys over at the team over at Pred Caliber released Unreal 5 footage in a forest that is really impressive. You can see this going on here. While you guys are enjoying this footage of my coverage, if you enjoy my channels and want to support them directly, because we're a live stream on YouTube, we do not run lots of ads. So we don't, YouTube does not have a spending culture like Twitch. And so we offer memberships for $5 a month, and we do offer extra content and perks for that, because that's essentially how live streams have to live and die on YouTube, all right? So if you hear me mentioning members a lot, it's because we quite literally need them, and that's why we offer perks. So we're going to unlock an emote if we can get 6 more members. Every Friday night is a stream with my wife. We have drinks and laughs with you guys. It's members only. This Friday night, though, one time a month, we do community game night. So this week on Friday night, if you're a Halo fan, even if you're not a Halo fan, we'll be doing Halo Infinite custom games, which is fun even if you don't like Halo. Diaz says, I'm just saying, if games are getting more realistic looking, motion blur is a thing in real life. Record something on your camera while moving quickly. I guess I don't move my camera enough in games. I mean, yeah, I could imagine a war game in a forest like this. That'd be insane. Not one, but the last one on the railroad stations definitely had to do with the camera. No, it's not Decrew Seeds. It's been confirmed. It's been confirmed. It's real footage. It has been 100% confirmed by the guy that built this. This is not some guy with a camera in a subway. It's not. Because at certain points, he suddenly switches it from daytime to nighttime, like seamlessly. It's clearly an in-engine thing. It's not. This is not some guy with a camera. It's not. It has been vetted by people that have analyzed the footage and confirmed that it is in fact Unreal Engine 5. He even put out the stats. You know, are those displays of your channels? Yes. We now have displays for when we're here on Reforge Gaming, and then displays for when we're on Reforge Radio. You can order these. I don't know if it supports us or not. Some people said they ordered some yesterday. They jacked up my account. I'm gonna have to email them again. We weren't getting credit. We were not getting credit for people like using my link. Oh, we're getting credit now. We're getting credit now. I got credit. Somebody ordered Reforge Gaming stuff yesterday. So yeah, if you use the displate command in chat, it does support me if you order my displates. Hilarious. UE5 has some crazy photo importing thing that allows for that, says Eugene. Yo, it's good, John Collins. John Collins says, peace. Your eyes don't do that when you turn left and right. However, there are motions of objects that move that can be hard to track smoothly. Yeah, right there. Right there. That is not some kind of trickery. This guy is in an engine and he's messing with the settings and he made it nighttime. Like, come on. Come on. That's not some kind of trickery with some dude's cell phone cam. No way. D-Crew says, well, holy crap on a stick. You know what's funny, D-Crew? I said the same thing when I first saw the footage. I was like, what if some guy is just trolling the internet? You know what I mean? Especially if Fortnite adds it. Well, Fortnite's made by Epic. Epic is the people who make the engine, so that's why they were able to port Fortnite over to from 4 to 5 pretty seamlessly. I was like, this guy is trolling the internet right now. 100% trolling the internet. And then a lot of people started like putting up cell phone footage in their in their parking lots and stuff. And they were like, dude, the Unreal Engine 5's crazy. You know what I mean? As far as your displayed stuff, people have probably been just doing it wrong if I had to guess. The site gives a lot of discounts out by default that could have easily thought they were doing it right. Distorted, I had people say they clicked the link in chat, they ordered displays, they got a discount. I had people show me screenshots of the discount they were getting. Trust me, somebody messed something up at the company because I wasn't getting responses from the guy. He wasn't sending me new displays anymore. Yeah, I'm going to reach back out to them and see if I can't get an answer to be like, listen, this guy just stopped responding to me and we weren't getting credit. And now I basically took your displays out and I'm selling my own. Like, why don't we let's go back to having a dope relationship. Is Fortnite running in UE5 already? Yes. Yes. Just record something during the day, record something at night, join them together, and you got instant night day. Hard part is having the camera looking at the same point and then switch over. Yeah, I'm not saying it would be impossible. I'm just saying that this footage has been vetted. It's real. It's real. All right. So this is another game that is going to be in Unreal 5. This is not new footage, but this is Black Myth Wukong, a Dark Souls sort of like game. It's a Souls-like game, and he's flying around as a bat, and now he's going to get into some combat with a big old dragon. And this is all Unreal 5. This is not necessarily new footage, but the new footage is on the train station, as well as that, footage in the forest. And this game looks just awesome. I'm very much looking forward to this game. And the Unreal Engine is proving itself to be extremely versatile. Very big, extremely fluid boss. Lots of moving parts, lots of particle effects and animations going on here. Huge arena to be fighting in as well. You can see in the background just a massive amount of mountainous structures in footage. Good use of iframes there. I don't think he got hurt. Wait. He's showing shock on his body. I'm not sure what that's doing. He has shock on his health and on his body, and now it's gone. Maybe once that's on you, you'll take a ton more damage if he manages to hit you, because he's not taking damage from the shock, but it's putting it on him. Unless he's somehow... This might just be a demo where he can't take damage. I don't know. We'll see if he takes any damage. The shock doesn't seem to do anything to him. Oh, dang. What a hit. Game looks amazing. Yeah. If you're a fan of FromSoft games, you need to be paying attention to Black Myth Wukong, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, and Lies of P. So there's posture breaking. Broke his posture, got him to go on the ground. Now he's doing some big crazy combo. Looked like that was using some of the blue bar, his blue health bar. Ooh, no, he can take damage. He just took damage. Okay. This game does not stand out like the Subway and Forest. Well, because this is actual live recorded gameplay, not a super small slice of a game where everything has been optimized or rendered. The Subway thing has been rendered. It's not live. It's not like a live recording of him moving around. So when something has been rendered, you're going to get an insanely different level of graphical fidelity, right? It's just going to be the same. Like, what you should be looking at here is the fluidity of motion and movement, the lighting effects, the texture effects on the ice, the fact that there's all these independent moving particles and it's running incredibly well. I've not seen a single performance hitch yet. That's what you'd be looking at. The lighting and reflection effects on the ice that they're fighting on. The shadow effects on the mountain behind. All of the independent motion and movement on the dragon. All of this is happening in the game. All of this is happening in the game. It's pre-rendered. Who said that this was pre-rendered? Where is that stated? Is it stated in the description? I didn't look at the description. I just clicked on the video. As far as I can tell, this is just gameplay footage. The subway was pre-rendered. Yes. No. It just says gameplay and cinematic trailer, high quality 4K HDR 60 FPS. I don't see anything here saying it's pre-rendered. I don't see that. It's an Italian 3D artist, Lorenzo Drago, who spent about a month producing it. So the subway footage, I'll bring the subway footage back up while I read this description. So this here is an Italian 3D artist, Lorenzo Drago, who spent about a month producing it. The reason for choosing Echu Daimon Station is that, quote, I've never been to Toyama, but I like the countryside atmosphere. This sense of presence is ugly without going to the site. Huh. Yeah, so this is a fully rendered, not live thing. Imagine Anthem 2 going into this engine rather than the Frostbite if EA pulls their head out of their butt. I don't know if you're ever going to get anything from Anthem. If you guys are just tuning in and enjoying the show, do me a favor, smash that like button, get us to 200 likes, and then hit subscribe so you can talk in my chat. You can consider supporting the channel directly with a paid membership. You'll get into our extra content and you'll get emotes and all of that. Or you can order some coffee. Let me just do a brief commercial for my stuff here, because we got a lot that we do, and this is not a sponsor. This is mine, by the way, so I'm not paid to say this. This is in my house. We have a light roast and a dark roast. If you're a coffee drinker and you've never tried coffee with balanced acidity, you should try our coffee. It's amazing. People in chat can tell you how good it is. Currently under the name Rageless Roast. That will, likely change at some point. We're working on that so everything can be kind of similar in branding. But right now it's under the name Rageless Roast. So you can go to ragelessroast.com, or you can use the coffee command in chat or the coffee link below if you'd like to try some. We got no coffee orders today yet. We like to do a handful of coffee orders and members every day. It helps support the channel, so consider doing that. Yo, good morning, Mr. Glum. I want to see Unreal 5 gameplay in a non-action heavy game. Yeah, like a slow, creepy game, because this looks like a scary game almost as soon as he gets that flashlight out. You know what I mean? Games that fail that miserably don't get sequels? Yeah, generally not. The green background looks great, man. Fits the brand well. Thank you. Thank you. Wait till you see how it looks over on Reforge Radio. It looks really clean, too. It looks really good. We switch the disc plates out, and then it turns red. It's very nice. Hang on. I drug Discord over. I can't see people's usernames. There we go. No Man's Sky in Unreal 5. Did they move Unreal? Did they move No Man's Sky to Unreal 5? If so, when? I think movie CGI versus game CGI. Gollum from the Lord of the Rings movies was made in 2001. Halo Combat Evolved came out in 2001 as well. That's the difference between pre-rendered and live. Right. It's come a long way. It's come a long way. That is for sure. That is for sure. And, photorealistic world monuments. Knights. Capcom doesn't use Unreal. They have their own engine. Let me show you some more footage that has come out. Again, none of this is necessarily new, but people are playing around with the Matrix Awakens engine, the city, and just testing stuff. He's flying and just running into cars. It's hilarious. Spider-Man, they just put Spider-Man in the city so he can just kind of fly around. He's not swooping now. I don't know what he's doing. He's just goofing in the engine. But you can see the potential that the Matrix Awakens engine sort of puts on display. There's also a Superman. There's a Superman video. Does similar things. Flies around the city to show off what is possible. They gave that Matrix Awakens engine out there, for people to kind of fart around with and play with. And this is just giving an idea of what a Superman game could be like. I really, really would like a Superman game or an Iron Man game. Why Dream? The RE engine is amazing. Y'all are nuts, says Eugene. RE is one of the best engines in the industry. Yeah, I don't think you have to put everything in the Unreal 5 engine. I don't think that's necessary. I think Unreal 5 is going to become incredibly popular. Astroneer has a new update. I mean, I can cover little teeny updates and stuff like that over on Reforge Radio. We are about an hour into the show, so thank you guys so much for being here. And just to give you some bearing on what's waiting you for the rest of the day, we're going to continue discussing the Unreal 5 new footage. We are then going to be switching. We have a second stream today on Reforge Gaming about Halo Infinite speedrunning and how 343 has ruined it, and everybody's really angry. Then we'll head over to Reforge Radio for all other gaming news we might have missed. There's information about Mafia 4. Gotham Knights has had some clarity about co-op that we reported on yesterday, and they have since publicly given some clarity on that. There's all kinds of other news as well that we will be covering over there on Reforge Radio, and that is something we do as our final show of the day, basically. So if you spend the day with me, you're going to hear about everything, like Mass Effect 4, and they might have accidentally leaked something, as well as things going on with we got more stuff on Unreal 5 as well, something with Portal. So make sure you're here this afternoon for Reforge Radio for all those other gaming news stories. Were you going to be playing Timesia when it comes out? I don't know, Diaz. They got to polish it. I did not like Timesia. It felt really rough. Timesia felt extremely rough. You forgot to tell everyone that this episode was made entirely in UE5. Coyote, I did not do. Were you here yesterday when I finally got around to thanking you for your tip through Super Chat? I didn't call it out, and I felt really bad. I'm sorry about that. I did not call that out. Don't forget Hellblade 2 is using UE5. Yeah, I did a bit of a rundown a moment ago about all the games doing UE5. Fortnite switched from UE4 to UE5. The next Gears of War was announced that it will be in Unreal Engine 5. Hellblade 2, I have a theory about Hellblade 2 if you guys want to hear it. So I think when they did their announcement trailer, I think they had already started production. I think they were already working on the game. Now, this is just a theory. I could be completely wrong. They could come out and be like, no, that's not true. But and this new footage next to me is what was released. This is the new Unreal 5 footage. But what I think they did, I think the reason that like a year later they hadn't done a single thing with Hellblade 2 is because they were switching everything to Unreal 5. That's what I think. And that's why it took so long for them to be like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, it's been an entire year, but we haven't even done anything yet. That's what I think. And because especially if you look at everything going on right now, how many games are switching to Unreal 5 and then, subsequently having to delay, or they just make announcements. Avowed is rumored to be in Unreal 5, the next Witcher game. Now, the Cyberpunk announcement with Witcher was funny because they basically said that they kind of defended their engine use in Cyberpunk. They kind of defended their engine use in Cyberpunk. It was like, oh, well, we always try to update existing engine assets as much as possible, but we also feel like we need to switch to Unreal Engine 5. It's kind of like, why didn't you do that with the last game? Is what I think they were anticipating a lot of people saying that, right? UE5 looks great, just don't fall into the trap of, oh, it has to be UE5. Techno says, look at Rockstar's Rage engine, Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5. GTA 5 is still insanely good looking and has one of, if not the best, living cities in games. UE5, Hellblade 2 was always UE5? That doesn't mean at some point they didn't have to port everything that might have pushed production back, Paul. Do you think from the very beginning, pre-production, they were planning Unreal 5? I know for the longest time they said it was going to be Unreal 5. I was just saying that's why they didn't do anything for a year. They were converting assets. That's my theory. I think it was one of the first games to say it was using it. Sure. I'm just speculating that at some point along the timeline, they said, hey, we got to switch over, and that's what pushed everything back. I also know they were going like on site to, Barrier put it in there, Iceland, to get like real footage and really, capture the look and the feel of these places they were going to go. The draw of the Unreal Engine is how easy it is to use for everyone, especially smaller devs that can't afford to build a proprietary engine. Yo, what's good, Toshibo? Nice display, Lono. Setup looking sharp. Thank you, King. I appreciate it. You guys can get these if you want. We also have Reforge Radio ones. For those of you that missed the announcement, Reforge Radio is now a gaming news show, and it's basically a recap of all gaming news we didn't cover here. We don't really cover gaming news here. I mean, we do, but we cover one story, one topic for a couple of hours. And radio is more of like going through everything, even games I typically don't cover or have an interest in. So you'll get a massive amount of gaming news if you stick with me throughout the day. There were people that were like, man, I don't want to go over to Reforge Radio. You're talking about really serious stuff, you know, political stuff and all that you try to avoid. We have taken the entire brand and said all of our channels, you find anything on the internet for Reforge, it'll be gaming. Proprietary engines are great unless you're 343. If I send you a displate of me, will you put it up next to a Dark Roast displate asking for a friend? No, I won't be doing that. 4 months of Clay Rotoderp. Thank you, Clay Rotoderp, for jumping back in with the membership. That is your 4th month of membership. Thank you for renewing. We are trying to unlock an emote, and I think we need like 6 more members. So if you've never done a membership on YouTube, it's $5 a month. You can click the join button, or there's a join link in the description below next to members. Or you can type !join in the chat. Would love to get a little member train going and unlock that emote today. We're also trying to get to 600 members so that my wife has to play Elden Ring. Every Friday night, I play games with my wife. It's a members-only stream. It's a blast. This week, once a month, we do community game night, and that's what this Friday night is. It's Halo Infinite. So make sure you got Halo all up to date and ready to go. Even if you don't like Halo or you're irritated by Halo, the custom games are really fun. Yo, Jake renewing a membership for 10 months. Welcome back in, Jake. That is your 10th month of membership, Jake. Thanks for renewing. Ashes of Creation also switched to UE5. That was the one I couldn't think of, Fat J. I knew that we had covered something. Wow, he didn't even think about it. It seemed harsh to me, Zubair. I thought you was part of the show. That was the other game I couldn't think of. I knew there was a game that we covered that had said that they were switching their game to Unreal 5. Yeah. Unreal 4 forward compatible, Engine 5. The great thing with the Unreal Engine is I believe it's fully backwards compatible with everything from UE4. Glad to see you did Have a Nice Death first look. We were thinking about playing Have a Nice Death this afternoon, but I changed my mind. I think we're going to do talk show gameplay. I think we're going to play Salt and Sacrifice. The Have a Nice Death released DLC, and it's like World 5 and new bosses, but I'm like, it's a rogue. I can't guarantee people I'm going to get to World 5. It would be like the second time I play the game. So I just don't know how possible it would be. I just don't know. We were considering playing Have a Nice Death this afternoon to try to show it off. If you're just tuning in for the Unreal 5 new footage, this footage next to me actually looks like somebody just walking around with a cell phone in a train station. It is not. This is in-engine Unreal 5 footage. It is fully rendered. It's not live. It's not like he recorded live gameplay. He fully rendered it, meaning it's like a movie instead of actual gameplay, if that makes sense. It's good to know how much I'm valued around here. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take a 2-hour dump on the clock. Hilly says, have they said if Unreal 5 games will run on the PS4 and the Xbox One? Yeah, I don't know, Hilly. I don't know. That's the real question, is once you go up to Unreal 5, does it become... Like, I would imagine it would inherit the agility of the Unreal Engine. Because Fortnite's on Unreal 5 now, Hilly. And I imagine it runs fine on those systems, on PS4 and Xbox One. Because they optimized Fortnite to do 60 FPS on all systems well before they converted everything to UE5. Which tells me that I'm just going to assume that, yeah, it runs fine. I don't know. It's pre-rendered is an easier way to say it. Yeah. Fortnite switched over sometime last year, I think, from UE4 to UE5. Off the Grid. This is an Unreal 5 game from the director of District 9. Yeah, Off the Grid is it's a BR newly announced from... It's being referred to as a Cyberpunk Battle Royale 2.0 multiplayer shooter where you shape the story and the gameplay. So I don't know if it's going to be like Tarkov or what. Let me pull it up here for you. We didn't cover this because we were worried it wouldn't have a whole lot of interest in volume, mainly because it's 38 seconds long. Now, keep in mind, this is exactly why Reforge Radio is a huge advantage to us, because we can cover really short things like this. I can't do a 2-hour-long show about this game's 38-second trailer, but I can show you this trailer on Reforge Radio and talk about the news. Like, you're not going to miss any gaming news if you spend the day with me. If you start your day over here on Reforge Gaming and you go over to Reforge Radio, see what I'm saying? I can't do a show on that. That's nothing. Like, there's nothing to talk about other than speculating on what exactly is a Battle Royale 2.0 and what exactly is the director of District 9 going to bring to a video game. Game footage powered by Unreal Engine 5. So, you know, this is probably a cinematic sequence rendered. He looks short. He looks awfully short. Rendered in Unreal 5. Not that there's anything wrong with being short. I'm short. His character model looks kind of proportionately awkward. I can't quite put my finger on it. But yeah. Again, that right there is I think a great look into what we can do with Reforge Radio. Like, I can't cover stuff like that typically. It's obviously touching down on what we're talking about right now. We're talking about Unreal 5 new footage. Any Unreal Engine stuff is getting looped into this video today. All I want the rest of the year is Ragnarok and Bloodborne 60 FPS. Maybe a Jurassic scale is being used. People look small in those movies. Real-time YouTube compression makes my eyes bleed. Yeah, because I'm watching a video that's already gone through YouTube compression, and then you're watching a video of the video that's going through live compression. It's tough. It's tough, for sure. For sure. Everything Neil touches is gold to me. I was hoping we were going to get like a District 9 prequel. That's what I was hoping. I was hoping we were going to get a District 9 prequel, and instead we didn't. We got basically nothing. I thought they were going to do it. I thought they were going to do a prequel or maybe a sequel, but I think a prequel would have worked really, really well. Yo, Naberto says, just got a chance to tune in. The new background looks awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, we switched the disc plates to our own disc plates. You can order them with the disc plate command. Primarily, if you want to support what we do directly, we ask people to do a membership or coffee. We are trying to foster that spending culture on YouTube because live streamers don't do ads. Like, it's not like a traditional YouTube experience where I'm hitting you with ads every so often. Like when you watch a really long video on YouTube and it's your favorite content creator, there's ads every so often. We don't do that. We basically do the memberships. So I liked where District left off. Very bittersweet. Yeah. They could have tried to tell a story of redemption. They could have tried to just tell a continuance of the story. They could have again also considered maybe doing a prequel. District 9 was probably one of the most confusing movies I've ever seen. Oh, I thought it was excellent. It's kind of dark social commentary. If you've never been here before, I am a safe for work broadcaster, so you can subscribe in confidence. A lot of people, when they subscribe to this channel, they just show up every day and they throw me on in the background of their workday. And that way they are able to not miss out on gaming news, the coverage, and the discussion. We do thank you to all the new subscribers today. We thank you for supporting the channel and jumping in. It lets you talk in chat. Thank you everybody who has smashed that like button as well. Movie made me feel a lot of feelings. I don't like feeling my feelings. It was eerily disturbing when they were like making him use the weapon to kill them. Like, remember when they were like walking them out in the shooting range? That scene was dark. It might not have seemed dark to you. That was freaking dark. Zach Johnson, is it true District 9 recycled a bunch of props from a failed Halo movie? I don't know if I've ever heard that before. They did say last year that District 10 is coming. Yo, what's good, Imori? I thought it would have been cool to do a movie called District 1, like as a prequel to how it all happened, how it all started. I thought that would have been a cool movie, personally. Confusing? I think you're doing it wrong. Yeah, I don't know what was I'm actually curious what was confusing to you about the movie. It was pretty straightforward. District 9 and Children of Men are two movies I think of in a similar vein. Love those both. Oh, yeah, yeah. Are you going to address the DRM issue with Xbox? I have a story about that, Corey, for Reforge Radio for later. Little micro news stories like that I can't cover here because I can't talk about that for 2 hours. But we will cover that over there today on Reforge Radio. That's a great reason to tune into Reforge Radio every day. Basically, all gaming news should end up on that channel as if it's significant enough to end up in my news feed or your news feed. Make sure and throw any relevant gaming news in the Discord if you want to make sure it gets covered every day on Reforge Radio. And then it gives you an opportunity to discuss it. So right now we're discussing the Unreal 5 new footage. We've expressed our own concerns about like what this means long term. What if games start doing too much? What if games start hurting performance? If you haven't seen the footage is actually pretty interesting. It looks like some dude just used his cell phone camera in like a subway. I'm going to pull it up for you in just a second. District 10 script is 100% confirmed by Neil himself. So this footage emerged on Twitter and started making the waves and went viral because it literally looks like a guy just got out his cell phone and recorded it. So it's causing a lot of discussion about Unreal 5. So we looked at Black Myth Wukong footage that's not new, but it's cool. There was a Spider-Man and a Superman demo that people made using the Matrix Awakens Unreal 5 experience. They kind of used that world to build some cool stuff. And this guy did this. This is all pre-rendered, so it's not like a live recording that, you know, you wouldn't necessarily get this performance in a game without an insanely beastly system, because he's doing this on just like a 2080 vid card. And he said that if he ran it live, it was like 1440, like 30 to 50 FPS, but the image quality went down when he did that. District 1 is called the Hunger Games. That's right. District 10 will be confusing unless they have moved the aliens there. District 10 should be about the aliens taking over and putting humans in District 10. That's what it should be about. Copyright music, but this looks really cool. Unreal Engine 5 path tracing. I don't want to even play a video that's using music like that. It's just I don't have everything muted, but still, I just don't like doing that. Probably took 3 weeks with 80 to render. He said this took him about a month to build. Did he do Elysium as well? Who did Elysium? The actor, funny enough, it's the same actor in Elysium. He just has a beard and he's really mean. He's not like a dorky, like, dude, you know. That's the guy from the A-Team, by the way. He plays Murdoch, does he not? He's in that with like a beard. And he's like the villain. It was also Blomkamp. Oh, is that his name? He's phenomenal. District 9, Elysium, Chappie. Yeah, he's in the A-Team. He's Murdoch. I'm telling you, that guy should be in every movie. He should be in every movie. Or are you talking about the director? No, the director. I mean the actor. You're talking about the director. Blomkamp's the director, right? I'm talking about the actor. What's that actor's name? He needs to be in everything. Charlton Copley? Is that his name? Charlton Copley. Yeah. I love him. He should be in everything. He's so good. So versatile. Talk about range, man. Talk about range. Goes from being Murdoch in the A-Team to being that guy in District 9 to being the villain in Elysium. Just so good. His last movie was pretty bad. Demonic. Oh, I didn't see it. You like District 9 and Chappie more than Elysium? Elysium felt kind of preachy. There was like an undertone of preachy about it. If you do social commentary, and I don't really know you're doing social commentary, but I kind of can think about it later, great. But if I can blatantly tell you're trying to kind of preach at humanity, it just kind of ruins the movie. And Elysium was a little too on the nose. It was a little too on the nose. I was like, okay, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. It's a little too obvious, you know? Chappie's a bit yikes because of Die Antwoord and the latest accusations against him. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Yeah, Elysium was ham-fisted commentary. It did feel that way a little bit. It did. It did. We guys, who's going to be the first coffee order of the day? Who's going to help us unlock that emote? We've had 2 new members today. We need 6 more. We only need 6 people to push the join button. That's it. That's it. And we get to unlock an emote. Who's going to do it? Will there ever be a Ready Player 2? I don't know. I thought they had plans to do a Ready Player 2. This is other new footage from a company called Predcaliber. They released this about a week ago. And this is just more Unreal Engine 5 footage that's recently been released just to show the capacity of what they could do with, a wooded area, different fire effects, burning effects, lighting effects. Looking at other Unreal 5 demos in the future of games looks amazing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was the Matt Damon movie, Derek. It was weird, good, kind of cheesy. Yeah, it was cheesy because it got a little too preachy, but it was still a decent movie. It was like, we get it, eat the rich. Like, okay, the caste system is bad. Classism is bad. We get it. We get it. We get it. Unreal Engine is what they use for the volume when they film the Star Wars series. I'm not sure what you mean. What you're saying is, tell me you're doing social commentary without telling me you're doing social commentary. I like thinking about it after the fact, Robert, and being like, that movie was kind of deep. That movie was some decent analysis of mankind and anthropology and, or civilization or whatever. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, I can tell that you're literally preaching at the audience right now. Like, settle down. Okay, this right here is where Unreal, I think, starts to shine. Very well-lit areas with shadows, independent, like, moving grass and textures. Even the trees are moving from independent wind sources. You're seeing, like, individual branches, like, periodically move and shimmer, but not all. It's just so good. So good. Bright was good social commentary. Yeah, they might not do another season now, though, because of old Will Smith. Old Slappy Smith. I just thought the tech in Elysium was kind of hokey. Like, the movie wanted to be in the hard sci-fi wheelhouse, but it came off more like Spy Kids. Yeah, like, lay in this machine and we'll cure your disease kind of a thing. Yeah. Yeah, push a button to cure, a disease. Bright was canceled. Was it canceled before or after the slap? Netflix can't afford another season. They're cutting everything. Oh, golly. Game looks so good. Excited for UE5. Yeah, I think UE5 is going to really have an impact. Like, the Unreal 5 new footage that we've been looking at this morning, I think, is just a taste. They canceled Bright, but not because of the slap. Okay. Netflix is canceling everything. Thought it was a movie? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Bright wasn't a series. It was a movie. It was an exclusive movie to Netflix. For some reason, I had it in my brain that it was a series. It wasn't a series. It was a movie. That's the key to success. No content. Elysium seemed like a realistic future to me. This amazing tech, but the world has gone to crap. Right. Or they limit who has access to the tech. They're like, well, these people have access to it, Yeah. Hopefully Prime picks it up. The trilogy needs to be a conclusion. I thought Bright got cut because people didn't like it. I thought it was great, but kind of boring, a bit slow. Netflix canceling their animation, worst decision ever. I hate when a script tries to make me feel a specific way. The Halo show trying so hard to make people hate Halsey and love Miranda, but I love Halsey and I can't stand Miranda. Yeah, I've not watched the show. I don't care about it, but I think that show has more problems than that. They can't afford cartoons. You think they can afford Numi repay? Netflix said we have to stop sharing our passwords or we won't get more Bright. The Bloomberg report also comes about the fallout from the incident that happened at the Oscars. Saw a quick to point out that the cancellation of Bright 2 was unrelated and that it occurred on Oscars night. Oh. Smith has also resigned. Oh, yeah. So they're saying that the cancellation of Bright 2 had nothing to do with the slap. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. Love the new background. Green looks so good. Also crisp and refreshed. Thank you very much, Santiago. Yeah, we got more gaming coverage for you today. Our second show of the day will be about Halo Infinite and how speedrunning's been ruined by the devs. We're not really sure why they did it, but they did. And we'll be covering that. And then we will also be covering the all of the other gaming news that we couldn't cover here. All the different things you might have been hearing about. I got Mass Effect news, Mafia, all kinds of stuff. No lag here. Must be an American thing. What lag are you talking about? Did somebody complain about lag? We did just have another pretty big viewership dip, so I don't know if YouTube's being squirrely again. There it is. Tej doing a membership. Enjoy the dope badge and emotes. You're dope and deserve dope stuff. Taking us to 5 new members. We need 5 new members to unlock an emote. Tej pushing us 1 member closer. Thanks so much. Enjoy the extra content on Thursdays and Friday nights. Thursday afternoon and Friday nights. I hope no exclusivity with the Bungie buyout and all the other studio buyouts. I own both consoles, but overall I don't think it's consumer friendly. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that yesterday. I don't think that exclusives are really key going forward. I don't think so. You just saw the short. Yeah. YouTube's being dodgy. I was watching a stream on Sunbreak and it was lagging on the YouTube side on and off. Okay. PlayStation Q4 results. The PS5 shipped 2 million units. Lifetime's now at 19.3 million units. 70.5 million per quarter. Digital software ratio 47. 106 monthly active users. 47 PlayStation Plus subscribers. 47 million. Sony announces they expect to ship 18 million PlayStation 5 consoles for the in the fiscal year of April to March of 2023. That would be a huge jump over the 11.5 million. Hope this happens. Would be great news. Yeah, I'm already seeing people reporting that they had a dip in the first quarter of this year on sales, and people are like running to celebrate that. I'm like, just hold on to your hats. They're ramping up. Space Punks? Yeah, we played Space Punks and covered it on this channel. There's a VOD of me playing it. The Godzilla animation was only bad because they stretched a movie for like 8 to 10 hours. The Pacific Rim animation is bad because it's PR. I thought Pacific Rim was fine. I thought it was just, fun. It wasn't anything super serious. Yo, good morning, MJ Talks. Crowded House says, I keep getting a stutter and it knocks me out of the live. I have to keep catching up. Yeah, we're on another downward spiral. We've been consistently going up and then dropping and going up and then dropping today. YouTube is clearly continuing to struggle to service live streams. Yo, MJ, renewing for the 9th month in a row. 9 months in a row as a member. Good morning, Lono. How's the heart doing? Oh, good. Yeah, I haven't had any issues in a while. Have not had any issues with a while. Been sleeping better. No palpitations. Blood pressure's been great. Getting up early in the morning and spending time just, doing real important, I guess you'd call them ritualistic things, has done wonders. All that says to me is they're holding hardware out of scalpers' hands and putting it into the PS5 Pro. Yeah, mainly. Looks like Unreal 4 was used for an anthology series on Netflix to make a 5-minute movie, so Unreal 5 should have zero issues doing a full show. Guessing you didn't see I did not see Pacific Rim 2, no. It's just a joke of a franchise at this point. But yes, the first movie was kind of fun. Yeah, I just watched the first movie. I didn't watch the second. I absolutely loved Pacific Rim. The sequel was awful. Okay, there you go. Still riding the bike. Unfortunately, when I added something that was a little bit more important for my soul in the morning, I've lost time for the bike. So the bike's kind of fallen off. My diet is still in good shape, so I'm not putting back on the weight that I lost, but the bike has not been happening because I literally just don't have time in the morning now. My problem is the first hour that I'm up, I move so slow. If I could spring up out of the bed and get to business, I'm just so slow moving in the morning. I get up at 6 and it just takes me a lifetime to get down in the basement and on the couch and reading. It takes me way too long. If I could make that first hour of the day faster and more efficient, I'd be able to block out time for the bike, no problem. People celebrated a dip in sale. Oh yeah, people were basically celebrating, like, hey, look, the PS5's, getting less sales or whatever. Jump up, just do a pre-workout, you'll be buzzing. You're Team Xbox now, you can't stick up for Sony anymore. Yeah, all the green. We're Team Xbox now. That's for sure. We've definitely fully converted. That's what we are now. I have the same issue. My body feels so sluggish in the first hour. I just can't. I wish I could. Like, I stopped drinking during the week because that helps. Like, I sleep better. I wake up more refreshed, but I can't get moving. I'm getting better and better. I have been. I used to get downstairs and it's like 7:30. I'm like, where did an hour and a half go? What the frick happened? Now I've been getting downstairs a little bit before 7, so I'm slowly moving that window of time back. If you guys are tuning in and you're curious, the Unreal 5 new footage, we've already run it more than enough times. You'd have to rewind or rewatch it. I'm not going to keep throwing it up on the screen. If you're enjoying the show, do me a favor. We might have to try and repair what YouTube has damaged. I don't know what the frick they did, but in the last 15 minutes, they've murdered us. And I know it's tech problems. I can tell when it's not us. It's not organic. Smash the like button if you haven't already. If we hit 300 likes, we might be able to turn the rudder. Father Time is undefeated. Father Time's undefeated. It might be because I'm 40. Just start sleeping downstairs, problem solved. We're not meant for the morning. Yeah, it feels that way. I'm similar. My body feels so sluggish for the first day after I get up. For the first day. Yeah, for like 9 hours, I feel so sluggish, man. I just can't get moving. That first day, man. That first day is tough. It's real hard. I wake up at 4:45 every morning. My body is so tired throughout the day, especially since I'm a maintenance tech. I feel like I'm going to sleep right now. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Gotham Knights uses the Unreal Engine, still on topic. No. I don't want to start doing that. We cannot eat the food that's been prepared for that show. That's a big dangerous precedent, because then what people are going to start doing is they'll start shoving news into this show, and then I'll get to that show and have nothing to talk about. I'm 40 and I'm in better shape now than I was at 20. The benefit of working out regularly. Oh man, I know. I was really enjoying hitting that bike every day. It definitely helped my energy levels. I know it did. Cutting alcohol helped my energy levels. But the problem is there's just only so many hours in a day. Shoutcast the Johnny Depp trial? No, I do gameplay only. I do gaming content only. Setup looking dope. Thank you, Daily Grind. Exercise, eating well, and slowing down on the booze helps. Oh man, it's like a night and day difference. I'm pretty old, but quitting drinking entirely has got me back to being okay in a few hours sleep compared to before when I literally needed 2 days. I wake up and feel like a different person if you compare the two. Like on a Friday night when we go kind of wild and I wake up the next morning, I get to sleep in, so I'm okay. But if I have a few drinks before bed and then I wake up the next morning at 6, I feel like a zombie for half the day. It's like it just carries over this dividend of slug. I can't do it. I got in a really bad habit in 2020 and in parts of 2021 where like I needed it's scary to say that, right? But like, you just get low, man. I got low. You need to drink just to calm your brain down at night, just so you can sleep. That's not a healthy place to be. And then I got into a better headspace and didn't need it, but then it was just like a habit. It was just like, throw back a couple drinks while watching TV. And then all of a sudden it was like, I tried to start getting up earlier and it was like seemingly impossible. It was like waking up covered in cement. It was like, oh. Unreal Engine 5 for the Halo franchise, yes or no, or maybe? I don't think Halo needs a new engine. Our second show is about Halo, by the way, so you know, save some of your ire and criticism, because they've done some dumb stuff. So, getting old sucks. Tell me about it. I did it for 5 years straight. Yeah, it's a killer. It's an absolute killer. Like Jordan Peterson was telling this guy said he had to find like new meaning and purpose to put down the booze. And he was like, that's hard work. He's like, because alcohol's pretty good. He was being serious. He's like, that's pretty good. It's pretty great. You know, it's tough to put that down. I mean, not that, you know, you can't, some people can't, but like, obviously I have it on the weekends, but man, oh man, it was murdering my week. Hangovers hurt more than they used to. Got the alcohol 3 weeks ago. It was harder than I thought it would be, but feeling great. Yeah, it's difficult, man, because I'll sit down in front of an episode of, you know, the Next Generation. I'm like, man, 45 minutes. I can throw back one or two, you know, chill me out, mellow me out. It just isn't worth it. It's not worth it. Like, every once in a while, it's fine. But, man, every night? Heck no. Heck no. That's a crappy part about working out. Most people will tell you got to make time. Yep. Getting old sucks, but it's also a privilege. Don't forget that part of the equation. That's right. Growing in prudence and discretion and wisdom. Yeah. Something I'm actively working on. Wisdom. Wisdom brings... What is it? What did I read this morning? Tranquility in the heart gives life to your flesh or your body. Like, if you can experience inner tranquility, it'll give life to your body. I was like, oh, that's deep. That's freaking deep as frick. I missed a channel update. What's new for the channel? No more serious subjects. Yes, MJ, we still go to Reforge Radio around 3 o'clock, but we are not discussing politics and all that other stuff. We are discussing gaming. Reforge Radio is now a gaming news show. It's basically a catch-all for all the gaming news we can't cover here. We don't really cover gaming news here. We grab what we think are the best leads and we just run with a topic. We're topic-driven here, and gaming Reforge Radio is news-driven. It's news-driven. Need to shoutcast a Reforge episode? That's Bo Burnham skit, though. We found, yeah, it gets the birth of Swole Lono. Yeah, I'll just start lifting weights. I actually have the frame to dig in with weightlifting, and you would see immediate results because I have the frame for it. You would immediately be like, oh, wow, his shirt sleeves are a little tighter. I just don't care. I just don't care. I don't have time, you know? Because I can look in the mirror and be like, if I committed, I could completely change my physique in a month. But I just don't care, man. I got too many other things I'm doing. I'll start getting back on the bike because it's good for my heart and my health and, you know, living long. But I the weights and all that, having a six-pack, I just don't care. We're going a little far now? No, I used to. In college, I used to work out. I had pretty good definition for a little guy. Like, there's a difference between being a bodybuilder and just having good definition for your frame. It doesn't take long when you have a smaller frame. Ask anybody in weightlifting, they'll tell you. When you have a smaller frame, you can see those results more quickly. Bigger framed guys like tall guys or heavier set guys, it takes way longer. I just don't care. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I'll stay on the bike to avoid falling completely into dad bod, but I just do not care. I don't care about having like a muscular physique. It doesn't matter to me. Six packs are overrated unless they're cold and in the fridge. There you go, yeah. It's because your muscles are more condensed on your frame. Yeah, it's easier to see results. I'll never be big, but like when I would go and work out with my buddies, I saw results way faster than they did. He's right, it took me almost a year to see results. Yeah, if you're taller, longer legs, longer arms, longer torso, it's harder to see the results. Dangerous topic. I know you guys want me to do like an OnlyFans. Six packs are only underrated with your shirt on. Oh man, we are fully off. Let's do this. Let's schedule next. Because we can go next in a little bit. I think the next one's going to be good too. I think you guys will like it. I'm getting in shape. Round is a shape. I've heard that joke before. If you guys missed yesterday, we covered the Sony Bungie deal being investigated by the FTC. We also covered Outriders not making a profit. That was actually a pretty good debate. We're going to start trying to grab really good clips and spicy moments from those streams for shorts. Shorts should not hit your notification or your feed. If you ever get like notified of a short or something, let us know. That's not supposed to happen, and we will rectify that. But those shorts are a great way for potentially getting people in the door who see like a funny clip of me ranting and raving about something. We're also having those little short vids. We're having them hit TikTok as well. And so feel free if you want to be featured today on Reforge Radio when I cover all the gaming news. I'll give credit to all the people who put the articles in the Discord, unless of course I found it on my own. And if I find it on my own, you're not going to get credit. But I'm going to be giving people credit for who found the news stories. We will do the same thing with clips and shorts as well. I'll give people credit in the description if they happen to be the person that clipped it. So if I go on a really good rant or a tangent or something funny happens, always remember to use that clip feature and throw that in the Discord. And if you're perusing gaming news all across the web, then feel free to throw that gaming news in the Discord as well. That way you can get credit during the Reforge Radio news recap segment. Basically, it's like any news we might have missed. Basically, what was happening with this channel, just to like kind of guys let you know, like Reforge Gaming has been amazing, but Creature and I would come over all this gaming news, stuff that you guys put in the Discord, stuff that we found. You know, I would check Twitter feeds from different news websites that I liked, and we were using maybe 10% of the gaming news that was available. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were using such a small fraction. Now it's like anything we look at, we should at some level be regurgitating that to you so you get as much gaming news as possible. I got into a discussion about pudding last night. At some point, I'm going to buy a pack of each flavor of pudding available in the store and gorge myself. There you go. The difference between me at 5'8", 165 and my buddy 6'2", 230 was ridiculous. I was so much more defined than he was. Yeah. I just don't care. If I had something in my house that I could sit in and, you know, do like a real quick 20-minute crazy intense thing, I actually would probably do it. But I don't. You always see those things and buy them, and then they end up sitting in the dadgum corner. So if you're just tuning in for the Unreal 5 new footage, we've kind of bounced back. YouTube was having some problems. If you haven't seen the footage yet, this is what it looked like. It looked like a guy with a cell phone camera in a train station. This is not real life. This is Unreal 5 engine footage that went viral yesterday on Twitter, sort of showing how crazy Unreal 5 can be. If you like this kind of coverage and you like these kind of talk shows, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss my streams throughout the week. It'll let you talk in chat as well if you have questions about the coverage. We're also doing a second talk show today about Halo Infinite and how they ruin speedrunning. And we only need about 40 more likes to hit 300 likes on the video. If you're enjoying the content, hitting the like button is free and it does help us out. If you've never done a paid membership before on YouTube, it also helps us out. We don't run ads throughout the stream. We think it's disruptive, so we need membership essentially to do what ads typically do for a YouTuber. And so if we get 6 more, or I think 5 more members, 5 more, we unlock an emote for the channel. So consider doing that. You do get extra content Thursday afternoon and Friday night as a paying member, especially if you're a Halo fan. This week, Friday night is community game night. Exbury is cooking up some custom games for us again. He makes great custom games. I liked the episode of radio yesterday. The ability for you to cover all the small gaming stories is nice. Yes. Just to let you guys know, what we want to foster on Reforge Radio is I still want to foster interaction. I don't want to just like go from article to article to article to article. That's not exactly the greatest content. Sometimes we'll do that if there's not a whole lot to discuss, but I'm going to do my best to foster more discussion this afternoon over there, so just be aware. If you like to listen, but you also like to discuss, be sure to be there for radio when you can. I don't want people to just not tune in because they're like, oh, I'll watch it later, there's no discussion. We don't want you to feel that way. We definitely want that discussion to be there. We're going to continue to try to foster that. A little bit different than this channel that's topic-driven, because we kind of get on a topic and debate it for, an hour or more sometimes. That won't be happening on radio. So, love the new background plates. Thank you very much. Now all we need is advanced AI to help program for game development millions times better. Right, program an AI to program games. That's the ticket. That's the future. All I see is better graphics. Where's the innovation in mechanics? Yeah, I mean, I'll say that. We've talked about that a little bit in the gaming world. Like, how do you make a shooter better? Right? How do you make a shooter better? I went from being addicted to being hyperactive towards Fortnite. You've helped me prioritize my Fortnite playing time, says Rhett Mitchell over on... I missed that on TikTok. Well, good. We've talked about this before with shooters. How do you innovate on a first-person shooter at this point? You have to kind of do what Doomslayer's talking about. You have to innovate on the mechanics. But I think that's one of the challenges is... if you innovate too much on mechanics, then people feel like you've done too much. You've gone overboard, right? A game can almost feel like you're drinking from a fire hose. Have you ever played a game that has so many mechanics and so many buttons to press that you almost get annoyed by how much there is to do? It's like your brain gets annoyed and sort of rejects it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it's tough. There's a fine line. Doom Eternal's pretty unique in terms of mechanics. We'll send you something UE5 with a new mechanic. Okay. Fortnite's innovated so much in the last 6 months alone in comparison to the rest. Yeah, they took the building out of Fortnite. They added all the new traversal mechanics. I continue to say that I think Fortnite is working on something more significant. I feel like Fortnite is working on an MMO. I truly think that. I think that's why they took building out. I think that's why they did building temporarily disabled for everybody, so they could test they wanted to test the new traversal mechanics. They wanted people to test that out. Don't get me started with Arma 3 mechanics. Do you see that over there? That's driving me crazy. Oh, it's over here. It was like, that was driving me nuts. The light was like away from the strip. Epic definitely is using Fortnite as a giant testing ground. They're up to something. At the risk of sounding toxic, how is removing a feature innovation? Well, because what they did is they didn't just remove building. They removed building and gave you a whole new way of engaging in combat. The sprinting mechanic, the recharging shield, the jumping, the sliding, the plowing through structures. They basically changed the way that you move in the world. Like as a means of saying that this isn't this doesn't need to be a building game anymore. It doesn't need to be a building game anymore. Did they have mantle in Fortnite? Yeah, they added mantling as well. Thank you for reminding me about that. So, I think the idea fundamentally is that how do you watch yourself live? It's so weird. So if you go to live, you have to log in to watch live streams. Huh. That's so interesting. I was going to try to log in to see what the zoom out was on talk, but I can't. None of that screams UE5 made this possible. Yeah, I don't think we want to tie new mechanics to Unreal 5. I think you would do both, and they're not necessarily in the same field. Right? It would be like saying, I'm trying to think of a parallel. You like watching yourself? I just wanted to see if this display was fully visible on TikTok, because on the iPad it's a little bit chopped off, but I think on the iPhones I'm more zoomed out. Just put a tweet video in the Discord. Like, I think what we were driving at is you can improve a game's fidelity and the graphics without saying you can do that and not increase or innovate on mechanics. So I think with Fortnite, they moved to Unreal 5 that has likely garnered them certain benefits with respect to performance, fidelity, fluidity, frames per second, whatever the frick, okay? They've done that. And they've also done new mechanics as well. Now, you can do new things with mechanics because of the Unreal Engine. So that's when you'll kind of have like two things touching down on each other. So, as an example, this guy's doing sort of a cool real-time mesh cutting mechanic on Twitter. So let me show you. So this is what Butter sent me. So this guy's showing you this completely destructible mesh thing that he can do. Oh, and he picks it up as well. And he puts it back. So reform. Oh my gosh. So he reformed the wall. So he cuts that out, picks it up, and he puts it back. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking Portal 3 right now. That's all I can think about. Needing to create your own portals, and your gun can only cut through certain surfaces of certain color types, and then you got to take those pieces and put them somewhere else. Holy moly. The possibilities for Portal 3. That's all I can think about when I watch that. I can already see everyone complaining when Unreal 5 stuff comes out and it takes a 3070 to run 30 FPS. I said that this morning, Fathom Rocker, that's one of my concerns. That's one of my concerns. It's like, well, what good is it if it just drives performance down? Now, Harry and others pushed back. I don't know if Harry's here anymore. But they pushed back and they said that, look, if you're gonna use Unreal 5, you're gonna get all these better benefits. You're gonna get all these great things that allow you to, see increased performance, right? You're going to see that. You're going to see this immediate, difference. And you're not allowed, you can't watch yourself. It's so awkward that you can't watch yourself live. I want to just see what it looks like on the phone. Reforge TV. Oh, live. I click that. Hey, look. I'm in the chat live as myself, I think. Yeah. Send. Huh. I can't slide over and see the big text though, because I'm not the one. I'm not actually in the stream as it's being streamed. Oh well. That would have been really cool if I could have done that. I completely agree, but the masses will cry hard. Cry hard for what? 30 FPS is fine with me if it's in exchange with a better game? Oh gosh, no. My hope is that Unreal 5 puts 30 FPS in the trash bin. Just get it the frick out of here. We don't need anything to be running at 30 FPS. Put it in the trash bin. Why? Why are we accepting such subpar performance is just that is just not where the industry needs to go. Not at all. That is if we fast forward in a year and 30 FPS is still being defended, oh, it's fine. No, it's not fine. It isn't fine. All of the televisions and technology and refresh rates are leaving it behind. 40 FPS 120 should be the bare minimum. Ugh, I don't even think that. No. 60. Just 60. Bare minimum. 60 hertz. 60 FPS, 60 hertz. Why? Why would that not be your floor? The gaming ecosystem not only includes your hardware that you're running your games on, but also the game engine the devs use to develop the games. A better engine means optimized performance overall. Yeah, resource consumption apparently is supposed to be significantly better for Unreal 5. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be significantly better. If you play that mode on Ratchet, it works because of how the frame and refresh tie together. You disagree? About what, creature? 30 FPS feels more cinematic, says Assassin's Creed Unity dev. When did they say that? Yeah, they said that in 2014. I don't think you're going to get that off the ground with people anymore. You think there's a possibility that Unreal 5 could make frame rates closer to film? There's a difference between frame rates and film, though. Because a frame rate in film, they control the panning speed of the camera. They control the speed of the action and the rendering of the action. They can render everything to look and flow exactly how it's intended. If I'm moving around with a joystick or a mouse, 30 FPS feels like a slideshow. There's a reason why 40 FPS 120 hertz works, but you have to have a 120 hertz display. That's why that can't be the floor, Eugene. That doesn't... You can't make that the floor. 120 hertz displays can't be the requirement for your floor. 60 FPS, 60 hertz. That's the floor. If you want to do that, if you want to do 40 FPS 120 as an option, fine, but that can't be the floor. Peter Jackson released the Hobbit movie in 48 FPS in theaters, and it was awful. Yeah, but I need somebody more intelligent than me to explain why invoking movies and cinema in this discussion makes zero sense. It's not applicable at all. The frame rate of movies is not applicable to this discussion and it's not in an iota at all. It's not even on the landscape. It isn't. It's like saying that, that the print quality of these disc plates is fine because of the print quality on a baseball card. It's like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, you're invoking a completely different medium and experience. It has nothing to do with the discussion. We need to stop allowing that to be invoked. It holds no bearing on the discussion whatsoever. Dark City scene made in Maya, Substance 3D and Unreal Engine that will soon be available in a downloadable asset pack. Just like a whole lighting sequence of a city, it looks like. I'm asking if it would the look be better? If gaming is looking more like film is relevant. It's not because of the way that you move. 20 FPS is what people want to see for a film. Once you interact with the image, the calculus changes. You don't control something and you're not waiting for a reaction in a movie. I get 30 FPS on my car screen. Toyota should do something about it. Competitive movie watchers couldn't compete at 48 FPS. Yeah, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can build a bridge between the two. So this is a lighting texture. Let me read this description again. Hang on. This here is a Dark City scene made in Maya, Substance 3D, and Unreal Engine that will soon be available as a downloadable asset pack. So this is again something you can do with the Unreal Engine. Look at a soap opera chat. Y'all don't want 60 FPS. Well, not in movies and film, I don't think. I know this, but in our landscape, 30 FPS is still standard and it looks like crap. Will Unreal 5 make it not look like crap? I don't think 30 FPS is the standard anymore. I don't think that's true. Look at all the marketing and all the pushes and all of the performance options now in games on PS5 and the Series X. Look at FPS boosts on the Xbox Series X and look at the performance choices that you have on the PlayStation 5. 30 FPS is not the standard anymore. It's being left behind, as it should be. I don't think you can look at the market right now. I don't think you can look at the market right now and make that claim anymore. I think you could make that claim 3 years ago that 30 FPS was basically the standard and it was slowly changing. Fortnite optimizing their game to hit 60 FPS everywhere was kind of the beginning of changing the mind of the populace. But Xbox Series X literally rolled out FPS boost and the performance options you get on PS5 games. There's no way you can say 30 is the standard. It's not the standard anymore because too many people are trying to move away from it. I found this on a forum and it seems like a well-educated response. Forgive my own experience and ignorance on the subject. All right, hang on. A rendered frame is a fixed point in time that is rendered individually. A film frame still is a slice of a continuous exposure, completely different. Motion blur is naturally occurring in film. There is no natural motion blur in rendered content. It's added after the fact, specifically to compensate for the lower frame rate. They aren't the same at all. There is literally nothing magically cinematic about 30 FPS. You can add similar effects to 60 FPS games or higher to give it the same feel. The entire 30 FPS games are more cinematic was just a poor comment to excuse the fact that developers couldn't hit 60 in the graphical fidelity that they wanted to push in the game. I want to see that proven with the 60 FPS game. I would like to see that proven. That'd be cool. To see an example of what they're talking about. Do you think game devs keep cranking 30 because the average Joe gamer doesn't know the difference between 30 or 60? No, they were cranking 30 because of the limited power of the hardware. The main reason that 30 FPS was so common had nothing to do with industry standards or what developers want. All you have to do is look at the minute games could leave behind the old systems. What do? God of War Ragnarok, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn. What'd they do? Oh, let's get it. Those studios were begging Sony to allow for PC ports. Why? Because of the limited power of the PS4. They were like, we would love these games to run at higher fidelity and higher frames per second. And the minute those games are somewhere else, that's the first thing everybody wants to see. Because it's clear, it wasn't the developers being like, oh, 30 FPS is great, it's more cinematic. No, it was the limited hardware. You're looking at the wrong end of the telescope if you think that 30 FPS was a standard because of the intentionality of developers shooting for something more cinematic. It was because the dadgum hardware is outdated. When you're playing on an Xbox One or a PS4, you're basically playing on an 11-year-old computer, dadgummit. It's barely cranking out the frames. That's why it's 30. It's not 30 because they think it looks better. What about cutscenes? Yeah, but that's another reason. That's another reason why they look that way. The limited power of the machines. Also, it's really jarring. Remember before Destiny did all the they redid all the scenes in 60 with the drifter? How jarring it was? You're in like the waiting room. It's like, line up, Guardians. Ding ding da ding ding da ding ding. And it's like, what the frick is this low frames per second crap? Cutscenes are still 30 FPS on new console. A lot of that's because the games that you're playing were rendered, created, and made prior to the focus being on next gen. They're doing cross-gen support. If you think that Hellblade 2 is gonna launch and have 30 FPS cutscenes, you're dreaming. If you think any next-gen only games have 30 FPS cutscenes, you're living in a dream world. No frickin' way. They are not going to jar you out of 60 FPS beauty to be like stutter pans. And it'll be like, what's happening? Is my Xbox or my PS5 melting? Why does it look like that? There's no way they continue that trend. I will eat my hat on stream if they're like, yeah, here's a brand new next-gen only title, amazing graphics, 60 FPS, and then all the cutscenes are 30. I will be shocked if they do that. It won't make any sense. If they were going to do that, then certain games wouldn't be pushing for 60 FPS cutscenes now. They updated the scenes in Outriders to go up to 60 FPS. They updated cutscenes in Destiny to go up to 60 FPS. I don't think they would be doing that if there wasn't at least at some level a demand for the fidelity and performance of the game to match the cutscenes. You can't perceive greater than 30. Guarantee Hellblade 2 will have 4K 30 mode and 1440 60. I didn't say it wouldn't have 30. I said that the cutscenes wouldn't be forced on you at 30. Like, you wouldn't go from 60 to 30. Yeah, if you choose 4K 30, sure. What I was pushing back on was the notion that they'll continue to do 30 FPS in cutscenes because it's more cinematic or whatever. What we need, but I don't see happening, is VRR support in TV split the difference. Yeah, maybe. Selectable modes are the key. Yeah, letting the player select is the key. Going from 60 FPS to 30 is so jarring. I don't see them doing that unless you select it. Pretty sure that's all on the console and your TV does not matter. No, your TV needs to support VRR, Butters. You can't just have VRR. It has to be supported by the television. I bet we're close to full graphic customization in games. Excuse me. I think it's going to be more common for a handful of reasons, Eugene. I think Sony developers are going to look at what they learned with God of War and it fixed their pipeline, and that, you know, they're basically God of War Ragnarok is going to be primed and ready to go as a PC port. And then look at what Microsoft is doing by blurring the line of the ecosystems. So you're basically going to be playing PC games on your Xbox in the next 3 to 4 years. You'll just be playing the version with the graphics toned down. Ghost on PS5 cutscenes on PS5 or 30. Cliff, you're making my argument for me because Ghost of Tsushima was originally a PS4 game. They didn't go back and re-render all the scenes at 60. That's just their choice to not do it. But the game was quite literally built for the PS4, which is why those are 30 FPS. Now they might think, I'm not saying developers aren't going to think that sometimes. They might. But back then, when they made Ghost of Tsushima, the motivation wasn't, it looks more cinematic. The motivation was, this is what the PS4 is capable of. Do you understand the difference? Like, there's a big difference between a developer saying that, oh, we want our cutscenes to be in 30 FPS. We think it's more cinematic. There might be some developers that say that. I'm not discounting that as a possibility. What I'm saying is when you go back and you play all these games at 30, they're not 30 because it looks more cinematic. They're 30 because the PS4 and the Xbox One were so limited with respect to hardware. Do you see how the reasons are completely different? I think the whole it looks more cinematic thing, I think that's going to fade. I don't think that's going to last it's not going to last as reasoning. I don't think. I think that was thrown out as a generic excuse to a certain degree. Be like, yeah, it's more cinematic. VRR is G-Sync. You need a compatible display. The Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut cutscenes are real time. They are 60 FPS, not 30. Only the PS4 version? Wait, Corey, is that true? Did they up the cutscenes in Tsushima to be 60? I missed that if they announced that. And did they announce that in the director's cut? If that's the case, then that shows what I was just talking about a minute ago, that companies are moving towards 60 FPS cutscene because they like it. It's more it has a harmony with the game itself. I'm going to look that one up though. Ghost of Tsushima director's cut 60 FPS cutscenes. Is that true? According to this post in January the 5th of this year, 99.9% of the cutscenes of the original PS4 version of the game are running in real time. All of those ran at 60 FPS when the PS4 version got the update. So they didn't need to be changed. They were just running in real time in the game. So when you got the 60 FPS update, when you just started playing Ghost on your PS5, those cutscenes were running at 60 FPS. Remember the PS3 and 360 days when they would say you can't see more than 30 FPS because they didn't have a console that could do 60. They hated PC players for their 60 FPS. I often miss the live streams, but great to catch you when I can. Just FYI, I found you through Spotify search when looking for Elden Ring content. Well, thank you, Alexander Smith. I appreciate hearing that. Thank you very much. We will be covering the Halo Infinite speedrunning thing here shortly. Let's try to hit 300 likes on this vid. We only need about 20 more likes. If you're enjoying the show, man, give that a smash-a-rooney. It helps. It's nice that TVs don't have it. It's just that it's not in high demand. It's not that TVs don't have it. It's just that it's not in high demand right now. I don't know how much work is required. It's a simple communication between the TV and the console to make the TV adjust its refresh rate based on when it's receiving. What it's receiving. Seems like Spotify is doing great things here, man. The fourth or fifth guy in the last week to say that. Yeah, we switched back to using a different distributor for our podcasts, and it has seemingly driven listenership up. We switched to a different distributor. We were using Podbean, and it wasn't working. Did I read that right? Yeah, unique listeners for the last week is close to 1,000 unique listeners, which is amazing. And our listenership has, on some episodes, hit between 500. One episode hit close to 800 listens. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's up from just like 100 to 200 listens. Now we're hitting between 300 and 500, and sometimes upwards of like 700. I'll say it, Podbean robbed us. Yeah, Podbean convinced us to come over and start paying them for distribution. There's plenty of sites that don't charge, so don't use Podbean. Don't use Podbean. They charge you for something that other sites are free, and it was because, you'll be able to monetize once you're over here. Make the money back and then start making profit. Yeah, we didn't make a dime over there. We didn't even break even. Derek says, I find myself wondering if we'll ever be able to get past old tech being garbage, particularly screens. The absolute best televisions from just 5 to 10 years ago are almost trash now. The most expensive TVs and monitors before true flat panels are in landfills now. iPhone 2 screens are terrible. How long do current screens have? What's next? Right. Like mini projectors, like augmented reality, virtual reality. Yeah, at what level does that start to eradicate screens? I happen to think that you will never eradicate screens. There are people that think I'm wrong on this, but I think the medium will continue to improve and get awesome. But I think augmented reality and VR will take 3 generations or more. You'll need kids that will grow up and not have to think twice about it. Just the way that kids don't think twice about having an iPhone now. You need VR to hit that level of acceptance and adoption, and and I don't see that happening as quickly as others think. You'll kill screen on the wall? No, I don't. I just don't think so. I don't think screen on wall will ever be killed. I just don't think so. I don't. The brain science, the way our eyeballs work, I don't see that getting universal adoption. I think a screen in some fashion will still be around. It might not be there. You might not see it. It might be a projection or some type of a hologram, right? I don't think wearables become the only way. I don't think wearables become that standard that, like, we don't even need screens anymore. I just don't think so. You know, kids these days don't even mind using a phone the same way our generation does. Have you noticed that? I have a whole thing I want to do, a whole series or book I want to do about technological integration and how we grew up and we integrated technology into our life. And the kids that grow up now don't do that. They grow up pre-integrated with technology, which I believe leads to all the problems we're seeing. Mechanistic behavior, polarized identity, behavioral problems, attention problems. I believe all of that stems from a pre-integration with technology that makes humans behave in more mechanistic ways. We're more binary, which I think is destructive to empathy, compassion. It's destructive to your own humanity, but that's a whole other thing. It's a whole other subject. I think the experience of pre-integration is going to be increasingly damaging to humanity. It's a little dystopian, but that's what I think. I don't think the trajectory is good. It's not. I think the trajectory was like, hey, this technology's great. And we went like this. We're like, hey, let's integrate it into our life. And then it's going to hit this apex, and then it will descend. I believe we are now on the descent into madness from tech integration. I believe that's the Orwell and all those guys. You know, you see all these dystopian tech futures and stuff. Like all those guys that kind of looked into the future and thought that's what was going to happen. I think they were right. And I think we're in the birth pangs right now. Kids being born right now with this all day long in front of their face. Yeah. That'll be a politician one day. That'll be a person with power one day. At that point, the porch gets sold, donated, porch goes to the bathroom. New TV every 5 to 6 years. Main TV goes to the bedroom goes to the guest room goes to the porch. Oh, you're just staggering the screens. I'm trying to go to Eugene's house. I know, right? This is where we are currently in development. 120 FOV glasses. This will be the TV of the future. When not in use, it looks like a bedroom. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Sven. I think a big giant piece of plastic on the wall that you got to hang and run wires and cables to. Oh yeah, in the next 20 years, that'll be a thing of the past. You'll like install a bar in your ceiling that like drops down and like rotates and just projects onto the wall, and it'll blow your dadgum mind. I don't think wearables will be as common as that level of tech. I don't think wearables will be I think it's more likely that you'll like walk into a room, push a couple of buttons, and I'll have all these screens go blip, 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 and all of a sudden I'll have all these screens in front of me that are projections, basically holograms. I think TVs will be very similar, but I don't think wearables will get to that level of adoption. I think wearables will be as adopted as... I think wearables will be like phones. They'll get that level of adoption and saturation in the market. I think wearables will. But I think that thing that you sit down in the office, in the TV room, in the entertainment room, in the whatever, you go to see a movie in the movie theater, I don't think any of that is going to just completely go away. Projectors require too specific a wall. Not projectors in 20 years. No way. Projectors in 20 years, they won't even need a wall. It'll just be a literal thing that appears in front of a space, and it will look like a screen. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think you'll have this big plastic thing anymore. You'll still need a white wall? Oh, I think the tech will surpass that need, Eugene. The physics of light won't change in 20 years. That's a hologram. Yeah, I think that's where they're going to get with projections. They'll figure out some weird way to like refract the light from the colors on the wall and create like a white backdrop to whatever the projection is in. They'll do that first. Like it'll do that first. It'll do some weird light refraction crap that makes the wall look white to your eye, and then it'll project onto that. That's what it'll do. Like cloaking technology, right? It'll be this idea that it analyzes all the points and colors on the wall, and it compensates and puts like a white drop behind what it's projecting. I'm just shooting from the hip. I'm just saying some level of projection will get to that point where it's like, nah, you don't even need a white wall. It's just going to literally be like a hologram just hovering there, and it'll look phenomenal. Have the time to research the same. Right now, AR will let you screen share with others with the device sharing the content. You'll have buildings just built around the concept to make projecting ideal because it'll be integrated into our lives by that point. Yeah, that'll be the other thing. what if that's what you do? What if it's a 2-part installation? They install the projector bar in your ceiling, and then you go to the wall, and you do something along the wall, and it projects down like this shimmering, like, white cascade that the other thing projects onto. So you don't hang anything on the wall. It's just all up on the ceiling. You, like, recess it up in so it's covered or not visible. It drops down, and it does this light refraction cascading thing on the wall, which then looks like a white screen, and then the thing behind you shoots forward onto it. So it'd be like a 2-part installation. No big plastic box anymore. Yeah, or like that, just something that just projects upward and just hits such levels of brightness that, you know, I don't know. Linus Tech Tips did a video a couple weeks going over the current projector tech. They're getting pretty good, but we'll always need a wall. Title for the vid, I hate it when he's right. My house is fully enabled with Cat 6. In 20 years, it'll be projection compliant. Instead of building plans allowing for cabling, it'll allow for projection. Right. Yeah. I wonder if that'll be the thing. Just to simplify it, right? You'll press a button that like turns the wall into projection enabled or something. Paint that's designed to alter itself when an electric current runs through. Yeah. You could do that as well. I can go in my living room, throw a tab on the wall, walk away, and while it's playing, listening, come back, and it's still there. Like a TV, but it's in my glasses. It exists now. Right. I don't debate that that's not going to become a thing. I don't think adoption of wearables will get to a point where it eradicates screens. Does that make sense? Adoption of wearables will continue. Yo, thank you for the gift over there. I can't see them. Night Fury, that's so kind. Just here to give my daily rose. Keep up the great work. Thank you. I appreciate you guys supporting over there on TikTok. I've got to figure out. I have an HDMI thing that can receive projection, and I wonder if I can project my iPhone to it so I can see what you guys are doing over there on TikTok. I wonder. What about making it to my house? Can charge my phone wirelessly no matter where I am in the house. Simply by just having my phone in my pocket. Talking about hologram lights? Yeah, something like that. Wearables have innate limit. Battery. Yeah, battery technology. I forget who was talking about this. They were talking about cell phones and screens and portable technology. They said the single greatest barrier to portable and wearable technology is that the battery technology can't catch up. Like, battery technology is always behind. It's like the screen is bigger, better hard drive, faster processor, and then the battery tech is like, whew, we just caught up to the last model, and you want to do more. You want to last longer. Okay, like batteries just can't keep up. You're just constantly taking the bar further. Like brighter screen, bigger screen, more processing power, more all these things are happening, and the batteries are like, gee, many Christmas, man. And you want the phone to be smaller as well? You want the phone to be smaller? It's smaller? It takes up less space? What? Come on, man. Battery technology, I would look into that if you're looking for an investment funnel. I'm not an investor, but if I was in an investment tech funnel, I'd be looking at the battery companies. They will be the companies that become integral in the market, and they become... See, that's who you want to deal with. You don't want to deal with the companies that are developing the wearables. You want to deal with the companies that are developing the battery technology, because they become integral to the upper layer. And if the upper layer rises and falls and different companies' wearables fail or don't fail, the batteries will be needed in everything. So if you're into investments, I would investigate and research battery tech companies, because they'll be more solvent and more stable with respect to growth and profitability than the companies that get into the experimental wearables. That's just my super non-professional, non-expertise advice. That's what I think. That's what I would do. If I was an investor and had the money, I would be going one layer beneath and say, who's developing the batteries and getting really good results, and back those companies. Wall screens provide an inherent convenience it's almost impossible to replace. They're easily movable, require nothing more than a power port. Yeah. Low risk, low reward, though? No, not necessarily. Because if you think about it like this, Talorn, if a battery company becomes one of the leading battery suppliers to these wearable companies, the growth wouldn't be meteoric, but it would be it would have a very good trajectory of growth. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't be low reward. It would be lower risk. I think low risk, medium to maybe high reward. But it's not meteoric. If some company takes off and is the leader in wearables, then yeah, whoever invested in that company is going to be sitting rich because they took a big risk. The battery companies will be so integral to the future technology that they will have amazing growth over the next 25 years. You know, dump $1,000 on 5 different battery companies and just let it sit for 25 years. You know what I'm saying? Projectors have to work so much harder than a panel. Yeah, you'd end up with like burnout. You'd end up with tech breakdown, heat problems. Yeah, projectors have a long way to go. But I'm making a really just sort of an off-the-cuff prediction about what's going to happen with screens. I don't think you replace screens in the home. I don't think you replace screens as a tech iterative thing. Like, you're not going to go into hospitals and offices and newsrooms and police stations and all these places with tech is just so integrated. You will still just see screens in all those places. It's not going to be wearables. I think wearables will be there as an addition. They'll be a complementary thing the way your iPhone is. But they will not supplant screens. I just don't think so. Get involved in batteries, and you'll have to you'll have to work with. Oh, stop it! There's so many batteries for any sort of major changes in the foreseeable future. It's low risk, slow reward. Don't expect immediate return on investment, but I can say that I've seen nothing but steady, slow growth since I started investing in '08. Are you investing in battery companies? It touches everything. It touches everything. Cell phones, wearables, controllers for consoles, wireless mice, wireless keyboards. All of those things are going to be using batteries. Make a solid point. It's similar to thinking in the 50s, you don't need to invest in the automotive industry. You invest in the oil because the cars need oil. Yep, you go one level down. What's getting integrated into society? Wearables. What do wearables need? Batteries. So you go one level down from what's becoming integrated into society at the level that it is. Started investing in battery tech companies since I first started hearing about Tesla. Yeah, I have not even talked on cars. Yep, another thing. The drone technology that's going to start taking over. Unmanned cars, electrical cars, all of those things. Solar power. What do you think solar power uses? It uses batteries. So, battery tech, baby. I'm thinking right now I need to do a little bit of research, take a little scratch and throw it at it. I did that with Tesla like 17 years ago and didn't pay any attention to it. I'll just do it again. Just out of sight, out of mind. Bloop. I'll check out in 20 years. We'll see what we got. Okay, I'm going to take a restroom break. When I come back, we are going to discuss Halo Infinite speedrunning getting broken by the devs. We need 4 more likes for 300 likes. We need 5 more members to unlock an emote. If you've never done a membership on YouTube, consider clicking the join button or typing !join in the chat. Subscribing is free. Joining is different. It costs $5 a month and supports me directly. We almost never run ads on this channel, so consider ordering some coffee. The coffee's not a sponsor. It's basically a small business that my wife and kiddos help me run. So consider ordering some coffee or becoming a member. I'll be right back, and we're going to get into some Halo talks. We may get into some gameplay today of the new Salt and Sacrifice game. if we have time. It depends on how the Halo stream goes, okay? Halo streams can be amazing or can be a bust. It really depends on the mood of the community. But we're going to be talking about speedrunning. And don't forget, Reforge Radio this afternoon covering a whole host of news about a new Mafia game, an update on the Gotham Knights game, as well as a whole bunch of other things. All right, I'll be back in just a second. Oh yeah, it's really good. Great for toast. You got toast a little bit longer, but it was like perfect. Okay, I'm back. I shut down the TikTok stream because I was gonna start it fresh and see what results we got. So let me get everything set up for Halo. Okay. We didn't do a poll. Is Twitter crapping the bed right now? I think YouTube having trouble today might have something to do with maybe AWS is acting up today, because when Twitter's acting up and YouTube's acting up, that always makes me think it's AWS. Let's see. Okay, that tweet will go out in a second. We'll hit the Discord. I'm gonna put a link in chat for you guys, just in case the redirect doesn't work. And then let me get a new TikTok stream started. I just want to see what happens if we take a break in between, just to see what it does to our let's see. Halo in, I'll just call it Infinite News. Halo Infinite News. That'll be the name of the stream over there. Okay, if you're watching over there on TikTok, welcome back. If you jumped right back in, you are amazing. We are now going to be switching gears and covering the Halo speedrunning debacle, and covering that in a whole new stream as well on YouTube. Let me set up redirect to make sure you guys come with me. There we go. Save the redirect. Okay. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of Reforge Gaming, talking about Halo Infinite speedrunning, and 343 ruined it, and why? What are they doing? What is going on? Be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button and the like button if you like my coverage. I hate to go negative, because we were hoping that Season 2 would start out a little bit better, a little bit stronger, and that just has not been the case. So make sure you're here for those live streams. Make sure you're always checking both the subscription feed and my channel. We do multiple streams a day. We also now go over to Reforge Radio in the afternoon for gaming topics. Reforge Radio is no longer covering like politics and serious stuff. So make sure, if I don't cover enough gaming news here for you, that you check out that channel in the afternoons. I'm going to redirect everybody from this morning's stream where we covered